Hello and welcome to Honestly Speaking. I am your host, Honestly Trina, and today with me I have a UK urban music, soul, R&B powerhouse. She is a vocalist like no other. I have with me today Terri Walker.
I'm honoured to be here, guys. Honoured to be here. You need to touch the microphone, Jesus.
Welcome, Terri.
Hi, thank you for
How are
having
you?
me. I'm so good. 2025 has started in such a way where being here is a blessing. So I'm very good. How are you?
I'm privileged. I feel privileged to have you here. When you said that you would do it, no, let me go back. When you followed me, I was like, Terri Walker followed me. Honestly, I'm fangirling out. I'm very much a fangirl. Because back in the day, Terri, I auditioned for you.
Yeah,
In Fulham, it was a place in Putney by the bridge.
Yeah.
I think Shay. Do you know Shay, size 9? Shay, Dre,
Dwayne.
Oh, yeah. I used to be part of that dance.
No way.
And
they can dance. So you could. You were a dancer.
I was all right, you know.
Oh,
5, 6, 7, 8.
I used to have a crush on Dre when I was young. Dre.
But come on, Dre was nice.
Everyone did.
Shout out Dre.
He knows. I should tell him, I fancy you. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So what was you auditioning for?
It was one of your videos. I can't remember what video it was, but it was in Putney, not far from the bridge. And we came and we auditioned. I didn't get it, but I was just happy to be part of it.
Wow.
Like,
So I must have been still signed to the Mama
yes,
AJ label.
you was.
Them times I wasn't, I thought, you know when you think you're in control of something, only after I realised I wasn't really in control of a lot of that stuff back then.
Yeah.
But, oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Oh,
it was a
wow.
good time. Like, even getting to an audition, because like Shay and Dre wouldn't just let anyone go
There,
to.
there you go.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you know Chantel as well. Chantel and
Sturdy. Yeah.
Shannon
Shout out
Shan.
Sturdy, Pingu, Chantel.
Yeah.
Shan.
What?
Shout out Danny the brother. Shout out
What?
Yeah.
So we probably would have seen each other. Because did you go Hammersmith? You didn't go Hammersmith from West London, did you?
No, I didn't.
Because I know them lot was in
Them
Hammersmith.
lot was in
like, the Dwayne-
Hammersmith. Yeah. I went Westminster
Okay.
with Freddie Krueger. Shout out Freddie.
That other day was amazing, wasn't it?
It was beautiful.
When I saw you that day as well, that dress amazing. Like it was just so
Honestly,
much.
when I first saw you, I was like, I said to my friend, Terry's over there, I need to go and see her. Like, because we exchange on Instagram, so I've got to go and see. But I'm like, don't too fan out on Terri, like, give her a little space. And then we caught eyes.
Yeah. And I was like, and she's like, okay. Because I'm worse. I'm like, oh my God. And she's thinking, all right, calm down. But you looked amazing that night.
Thank you.
Everyone did. It was such a beautiful evening.
Event,
right?
The amount of powerful black men in there.
And you know what I loved about it? Everybody that went on stage said it. They were like, yo, there's something in the room tonight. Even if you didn't know each other, it was like there was so much respect and love. And it felt so beautiful. It just felt, it felt amazing.
It was lovely.
Yeah.
I felt privileged again, actually, to be there.
Yeah.
So shout out to the guys that won.
Yeah.
Kevin, Andrew Fuller, who was on my show as well. It was just an amazing experience.
Yeah.
And now I'm nominated.
I know. I saw. Congratulations, girl. Come on, everything. The blessings are coming in. You know. Just keep doing you, babe. Just
Thank
keep doing
you.
you. Keep honest. Keep being honestly Trina.
I'm trying, girl. So yeah, that was really good. So shout out the Power of Awards.
Power Awards. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you haven't voted, please go out and vote.
Yes.
For me, obviously.
Not for anybody. I'm joking.
So vote for me. But Terri.
Yes. Talk to me. Talk to me, girl. Talk to me.
Terri, where did it all start?
Okay, as I was saying to you off air, well, I thought it was off air. I mean, you know, it all started with me of understanding that I love music. So when I moved to, I was born in Wimbledon. Well, Roehampton. Is Roehampton built Wimbledon? Yeah. So I was born in
Roehampton, Wimbledon, same sort of.
So then from the age of 0 to 4, 0 to 4, 0 to 4, I was still living in London, in England, and but I was living in the South, so all my family's from like Balham, Streatham.
Oh, you're real
Brixton.
SW.
Yeah. It's all my family.
Yeah.
My dad's side, but my mum's side was from West.
Okay.
But when I moved, when I was 5, in the 4-5, I moved to Germany with my mum.
Okay.
And when I moved to Germany,
why did your mum choose to move to Germany?
my stepdad was German, so he married it. That's the whole.
Yes.
That's more her story for me to tell, but it kind of links into my story. I guess.
I was gonna get into that because I saw you post him.
Yes, my stepdad.
I love that.
Listen, that man literally changed my life and my mum's life, like from literally. Is it when they say 180 or is it 360? No, is it 360? 360 is the whole, but that's
all the way round. They say,
but you're literally.
But they should say 180.
180 really,
but they say 360. I don't know.
Yeah. But either way, literally, so literally living from a community-based, you know, because one thing about London, what I love about, especially the Caribbean community, we're a community, innit? Like, if someone's your cousin.
Especially when we were growing up.
When we were growing up. Like, the family that I stayed with wasn't actually my blood family, but they're my family. As far as I'm concerned, they were my brothers and my sisters and my auntie and everyone's that. But, and then when I moved to Germany, so I was with my mum for a few years, and that again, that's a private story. That's for her story to tell. But it literally ingrained such a great sense of community, love, loyalty, integrity, and how you just do stuff when it comes to family, especially with black families.
Yeah.
And I remember just being in England and just always feeling safe, fed, at home, loved, always. But then when I moved to Germany, I then kind of got that one-on-one mother and daughter love, which was obviously that unconditional. That's my mother, no matter what. And so when I came back to England, back and forth.
How was Germany as a young black girl?
Do you know what? That's one thing. I think if I didn't move to Germany, I don't think I'd be the person that I am now.
Seriously?
Because I really understood how people see black women or just black people in general. Because when my mum moved to Germany, she was 20, because she had moved when she was 20, so she must have been about 25. But the way I saw my mum run a country that was just not, was predominantly white, didn't really know much about, but she wanted to learn how to speak German, and the way that my stepdad kind of integrated her into the whole community. My mum literally was just, everywhere she went, people were just like, oh my God, Carol, oh my God, you know what I mean? They just accepted her. And I maybe had like one racist incident with one woman saying, oh, you the N-word to me, and I was like, and go back to your country. But I was young, I didn't really understand what it meant. But I remember thinking to myself, the woman that said it was quite an old woman, she must have been from back then. But otherwise, Germany was one of the most beautiful experiences I've ever had, because they love our music, they love our culture. I remember watching the Cosby Show. They had all those programs in Germany, but they didn't have subtitles. They'd have overdubs.
Okay.
So they wouldn't have the American where you'd hear them speaking in a German accent, but they had God, my dad. When I start stuttering, my dad's here. Like, that's what happens, because my dad stutters a lot. So when I start stuttering, my dad's here. Dad, go away. Love you, Dad. So when Whoopi Goldberg was there, and Whoopi Goldberg in Germany was one of the biggest actresses at one point. So with Jumping Jack Flash, the movie Ghost. And I remember watching Sister Act 1 and 2 over there. And I remember seeing Sister Act number 2. And I remember me and my friend going back and watching it we watched it about 10 times in a space of a week. Quite
emotional, Sister Act 2 was actually.
And remember, she introduced us to Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
And you keep forgetting that. Yeah. A lot of people forget that this woman introduced us to
Lauryn Hill as a singer.
As a singer and an actress, and not as a rapper or anything else. And then when I discovered, obviously, then heard Lauryn Hill's Miseducation, I realised that to me is like the Bible.
It's the Bible.
For women.
There's no other album like that.
No other, like, Lauren is only human. The thing I haven't been through the same predicament.
Ooh.
When she says that, I'm like, she ain't preaching at me. She's telling me, like, guys, I'm not telling you what to do.
I'm just letting you know.
I'm just letting you know, I've been there. So anyone that tells me anything about Lauren, like, you ain't listening.
I can't hear them. I can't hear them. Lauren is the Bible for me.
It's the Bible. And even everything that she went through after, like, people, she's only had one album. Have you listened to the album?
She don't need another
album. Until
you
not listen to the first album, why would she make another album? You don't even heard what she said in the first album. So, and all of this, I'm kind of like jumbling it all together. But Germany, when I think about Germany, was the place where I really was introduced to people like Lauren and Whoopi, not even around my own people. So, and I remember even seeing Colour Purple. I saw that way after I should have seen it. Do you know what I mean? I remember seeing everyone when I was younger watching it, but we weren't allowed to watch it because I think they were saying we were too young. But when I actually really watched it, I was older and I was like, oh my God, this woman has been planting seeds from then. Because remember, Colour Purple, Jumping Jack Flash, all them kind of things. But then to Sister Act 1 and 2. And
yeah, she was like the pinnacle.
She was the pinnacle
actress at the time.
And you have to remember, in Germany, a country, again, predominantly black, white people. But as a black woman, she was so revered and so loved and so respected. So when I came back to England, I noticed that there was this whole, they don't respect us, And I'm like, what do you mean?
That's GCSEs. It's from the GCSEs teachers about Germany against Britain and stuff.
Yeah, and it's mad. And I didn't understand, because I lived in that country that everyone's talking about, Germany, Hitler. And first of all, Hitler was Austrian. He wasn't even German.
Can we say that?
Yeah,
can we let them know?
Can we understand? He wasn't even from there. He had brown hair. He had brown hair and brown eyes.
He was definitely not the Aryan race.
Somehow he managed to indoctrinate people.
Yeah.
And when you go to Germany, they still feel so. I know they feel so embarrassed by that. Like the way that they are with black people, they're so like they want to know about your culture. So what is it that you like? What is it that you do? Like they're very but over here they assume a lot more.
They have one of the biggest reggae festivals over there in Udon. I've been there.
Have you?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Big festival. It was good.
Yeah.
I find outside of the UK, I find like festivals and everything so much better in Europe.
Because they appreciate it.
They appreciate it.
And they're here for the music. And they actually listen to what you're saying. They know why they're listening to you.
They're real fans. I don't know if it's because, I don't even say because they don't get it much, because they do. Every summer, they get festivals in abundance in Europe.
Yeah.
But yeah, Udon, Germany was rather nice, actually.
Because even if you go to Jamaica, there's a lot of Germans in Jamaica. You don't notice that?
I don't know. I've not been to Jamaica.
Are you Jamaica?
I am half. I know grandma is, I need to go and see my granny.
Really?
I know.
You know, you're like the second person that I've met that said they'd never been to Jamaica. What, are you half Jamaican?
Half Jamaican, half Guyanese.
Oh, but you've been to Guyana?
Neither.
Really?
Yeah, and my cousin's a big DJ in Guyana. Like, he's like sponsored by Digicel and everything.
No way.
Yeah.
So how come you've not?
Do you know, it's weird because I've been everywhere.
Really?
I've been America, different states. I've done tours in Europe.
Yeah.
Long
With
story.
your singing?
A bit. Bits
I didn't
and
know this one could
pieces.
sing. Anyway, we're gonna find
Bits and pieces. But I've just never gone to Guyana or Jamaica. But I need to because my grandma's getting really old and she can't travel anymore.
Okay.
And I need to go to Guyana because I want to see where my other grandparents were from as well.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Which part of Jamaica are you from?
So I got family. I got family in Spanish Town.
Okay.
I've got some Uptown family as well.
Okay.
And I've got family in St Elizabeth,
I've got
St Catherine's. Family even owns some Blue Mountain.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're Afro. You're Afro.
My Afro.
Yeah, because I mean, I went with my granddad when I was 9, and I was there for the 6 weeks holiday. Changed my life. Again, it was an experience. My family's from Clarendon, Macon, so proper like countryside. So and we were literally washing in the gully, climbing trees and everything. So I really experienced it. For when I came back, I literally had like I was literally a yardie. She was like, "My God, me pick the comeback. I'm turning up proper Jamaican." But I will never forget. It was one of those moments where I felt like I needed to have that experience where I really experienced Jamaica from a non-tourist place. That's literally from a. This is how I grew up. My mum grew up in Jamaica, so.
My sister's out there. She's just migrated.
Oh really? Oh really? Oh, you have
with
to
my
go.
nephew. Yeah, so now I can go. And feel
like you got somewhere to.
Like my grandma, like my grandma and my granddad, they were over here until I think 2008.
Oh wow. Okay.
2007, 8, and they went back. They built a really nice house on the Grand Parking and stuff like that. My grandma is very respected.
Yes.
Deaconess McDonald.
Oh really?
Very, very respected grandma.
Can see, though, the whole the classiness.
You know, very respected. And they migrated and went back to Jamaica.
That's good. I'm glad though.
Yeah,
because that's where we belong. Not so
we need vitamin D.
We need vitamin D, man.
We do.
That good because I mean you know when you go there, the moment you come off the plane, there's this thing every time. I always forget it. It's like it goes woof, like the heat just hits you. I'm sure when you go back to Dominica, it's the same. That the moment you come off the plane, it's like. And it's overwhelming because it's really hot, but then you start to get used to it. But it's it's beautiful.
So you went to school in Germany. So you speak German?
Yeah, ich spreche Deutsch. Ja, ich spreche fließend Deutsch.
Yeah. She's multilingual.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Most people don't speak German, do they? It's either Italian or Spanish or something. So, but but it's funny because obviously when I went there when I was 4, and obviously when you're young, you pick up things very easily. So. Like within a month, I spoke fluent German.
No way.
Because you know when
Four-year-old,
you're around, once you're like little kids and you're talking, you just pick it up. And my mum was like, "Wow, you learned it so quickly." And I can't even remember the transition. All I know is that when I came back to England, I couldn't speak English properly.
No way.
Yeah.
So when did you come back? How old were you?
I moved back to England when I was 18 fully, but when I was 11. I was going to boarding school in England because when I was in Germany, apparently I was quite naughty. I just wasn't really learning. I couldn't really find my footing of what I was supposed to do. And also when I was there, my stepdad, he spoilt me a lot. I was anything I wanted. Like literally my life went from that world to a whole like 5-story house, different driving different cars,
no way.
But everything I wanted, I always had everything. So and I was the only child on that side. So
oh wow.
So whenever I was into something and I get bored of it, I'll just kind of move on. I never stuck to anything. So and I think it kind of petered into everything else that I was doing. So when I was supposed to focus in school, I was like, I can't be asked. But once I knew that I wanted to sing, I think that then became the focus. So I didn't care about anything else except singing. But then my mum said to me, like, if you pass your GCSEs and all your exams, after that you can do whatever you want. So I got 13 GCSEs, A to C, and I passed in, but only because I wanted to sing. Not because
She's like, I'm going to do what I have to do.
And my mum was like, she's a woman of her word. She's like,
Yeah.
okay, you said, there you go. So after that, she sent me to Italia Conti for a year.
I was going to ask you, how was that experience?
I didn't, because I thought, this is what I need to do. But I went there for the year and it wasn't for me. Because I realised that I didn't understand what kind of artist what kind of creative I was going to be. But I just knew that I knew I had to do those things first to see if I was meant to do it.
It's a big school though, performing arts-wise. That was even bigger than like the Brits at the time.
Yeah, because I think the Brits didn't even come.
No,
at that
I
point
don't even know if it did.
I didn't get into the Brits. No, I auditioned for the Brits. I didn't get in.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Italia Conti was like, that was the pinnacle though.
But the thing is, my mum as well, she paid for it. So it wasn't a scholarship, so she paid. So
good
I think I kind of got in because she paid.
But that's good though.
Yeah. But after the year, I realised I didn't really want to be there. And I wasn't really making an effort. So
I knew someone that went there, Michelle. She was in my girl group, Michelle. A Filipino girl, Michelle.
She might be
yours. I feel like
Michelle,
I can't remember her last name.
Because I was in the same class as Abs from 5. Remember the group 5?
No way.
Yeah, he was in my class. And this girl called Daniel Brent, he would end up being in Hollyoaks. There's a few people that end up being in some quite big shows that were in my class. But I was literally the one that, because I was trying to figure it out, like I want to sing, I want to dance, but I wasn't really a dancer. Like I can dance, but I'm not a dancer that could learn choreography. It was some lessons, ballet class. Can you put your bum down? No, because obviously my body was a bit.
This is what I was telling you. I said it on one of the episodes. They used to beat me. Mrs. Acalpine used to beat me with the stick to get my bum in. But it's this, I can't. It's just there. It's just there. I'm looking around like this.
And you got to turn. I'm like, this is not for me.
Turn out fingers
and be graceful and have more. And then even learning routines, like my attention span was like, I'm just doing this. I'm not doing it for the right reason, so that's why it wasn't happening.
Yeah.
But the singing thing, though, I knew when it comes to the singing thing, I was relentless. I did not stop. So, obviously after being there for a year, and I met a school teacher, met one of our singing teachers called Stephen Cole, who, bless that man, he's so amazing. He then asked me if I want to come and join some of the choirs and stuff that he was doing outside of the school. So that's when I ended up meeting all the people, like, do you know Alison Grant and Alison Fagan? Because we all ended up going to Hammersmith and West London College. Okay. That's how I went there. But and that's when I ended up meeting everyone else that were actually doing it. They weren't studying it, but we're actually doing it. We're actually dancers. We're actually going out to
sing.
And stuff. Yeah. And I just kind of joined all those.
So you know Pebbles?
Yes.
That's my girl. We was in a group together.
Pebbles is so cute.
Shout out Pebbles.
Because you know Shola as well, isn't it?
Shola, come on, yeah.
She's my auntie's friend's daughter, yeah. So
the world's really small, you know.
So much people we know, it's mad.
So many. Shola's my hairstylist.
Shola is the
award-winning. Yes. At coiffure.
And she looks like you two could be sisters. You look quite similar.
We'll have a conversation about it after.
So what conversation is to have today, you know. And with Vicky, yeah. Don't try to go like we don't see you in the back.
Pebbles. Me and Pebbles was in a group called Shebang.
Shebang?
Yeah, it was 3 of us rappers. Yeah. But we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about I want to hear it all. We're going to do a record this year, trust me. No one's going to notice you. No one's going to notice it's going to come out. Watch, anyway.
So then you ended up going to Hammersmith College.
Yeah.
How was that? What was the comparison between Italia Conti?
Well, again, I realised my focus was just, I was just hanging out, having fun with people. But I just went, we used to literally just be singing in the corridors. I think, I don't even know, I passed with
fame.
I passed with distinction. I don't know how I passed with distinction because I didn't do half the work there half the time. But
I think sang.
But because I could sing, I think, and because I ended up writing some songs and that came through, but we passed it, I think, for showing up. So, and that's what, I don't want to say that to you, Hammersmith, in case they think it's a good college. But
you said you wrote songs. Was you writing like publishing?
Well, no, because part of the course was you had to film, you had to learn how to record, you had to write songs, you had to kind of compose and stuff. So we were writing songs and then we'd film it and turn it into a video and all those kind of things. Wow. But I haven't heard any of those songs from that we did back then. That was a while back.
Someone's got them, you know.
Yeah.
Terri.
I'd love to hear what we wrote then. Because back when I first started writing, I didn't write the way that I write now. It was very, very, generic and just, like following numbers kind of thing. But now I'm writing from a place of understanding sometimes it's not even me. The higher power. Like, I'm like, did I write that? Where did that come from? Do you know what I mean?
That's the thing. I used to think music spoke to me. So when an instrumental would come on, it would just automatically just flow.
Yeah.
And then there was other times it was like, this is just not it.
It's not it. It's not it. And you know what I used to hate about people? Like, oh, no, you got to do your thing. You got to do your 10,000 hours and you got to be relentless. And it's true. I think for you to understand when it's not right for you, you have to listen to those things at first. But when you understand, like, you know what, this is not for me. Me, I'm not gonna keep flogging a dead horse. Like, me keep trying to force this thing. It's not for me. But when it is for you, it will come.
Honestly.
It will come.
Honestly.
And you're not gonna understand where it's coming from. You're gonna be singing that note. You're gonna be flowing the way you're flowing. You're like, how the hell did that happen? Trust me. It's weird, isn't it?
I definitely think it's like it's channeled from God.
It's
honestly.
channeled from God.
Yeah.
Because I had as I mentioned to you before, I had Eternal.
Yeah.
On my radio show, and we had the same conversations. And I asked him, you know, how did you know that this song was? Because listen, it was God. I'm like, I feel you, because that's where.
Yeah.
For me as well. Yeah.
No, I definitely hear that. So you're singing in the corridors.
Yep.
Like it's
getting on
fame.
everyone's nerves. Yeah.
Fame.
You know the thing, because I know you were doing the same thing. Exactly.
Honestly, we ever speak about my stuff, I was obsessed with music.
Babe, the
obsessed.
same.
I remember like getting my EMA at the time, yeah.
What's it, EMA?
So when you go to college, yeah, if you're like low income, you would get like EMA, like it was like £30 a week for full attendance.
Oh, wow.
So I would take that money, and there was this record store. There was Red Records in Brixton.
Red Records.
Big up DJ Iron.
Yes. I used to fancy him as well when I was younger. I told him when I saw him a few years ago, I said, I used to fancy. I used to come in the record store just to see you.
I used to harass that poor guy.
Oh my God.
Harass him like, yeah, so like me and Jessie, yeah, we got a show, yeah, and it's 3.5 minutes. Can you mix it for us? Because we don't want just the one instrumental. So we'd be mixing up like the 16 verse, 18 chorus, and like switching up the music. Like,
but you knew how to do that from then?
Yeah, because you know, like I know people want to get Bad Boy and Diddy out of there, but they used to do a lot of stuff back then, and like I used to look at them.
Yeah,
they were the pinnacle.
Wow,
like,
no, they weren't. No.
I was looking at them, looking at Buster, looking at Missy, and like I'm thinking performance.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, we need to do it like this, and we just be trying to outdo each other, because at that time it was me and a girl called Jessie. Shout out Jessie.
Big up Jessie.
And we were rappers, but she could really sing as well.
Really? So
she could really sing.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'll do the backing vocals. Because I'm not trying to, and like singing's quite emotional. People don't understand. Like if you're not in the right emotional space, you might not hit
your
that
throat
note.
chakra. No, trust me. And you know, it's funny you said, because recently, God, I want to spit in recently I've been singing and I've been hitting notes. I'm like, I haven't been able to hit for a while because I'm realising I'm away from a lot of nonsense. So yeah,
you're in a good space.
You're in a good space. So my throat chakra is open,
and you can
sing.
It's very important.
It's very important.
And yeah, so me and Jessie used to be like I'd write 16, I'll call her, and she'll no, that's mad, wow, and then she will like, all right, I'll call you back in a minute, and then she'll write 16, and then she'll call me back.
That's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah. I'm like, nah, man, I'll call you back, and then I'll write another 16, and like we'll just be going back and forth, like we literally drove each other to be better. And then we'd go and harass Donovan at Choice FM, harass Donovan,
really,
harass him, harass Gigs.
Jigs, yeah.
Harass anyone. Commander B used to get harassed.
What?
Yeah, harass them.
I love that.
Please, just take our thing, like just let.
So what was the feedback?
We ended up doing a couple shows. We did Hippodrome, Choice FM Hippodrome. We did Equinox.
Yes, come remember this. All doing shows. Yeah.
Was on the same stage with Destiny's Child.
What?
Yeah, before Destiny's Child even tried to steal their song before they got on stage, because we used their remix. No. Yeah.
So why did you not end then?
With Salisha. Salisha was.
Yes, Salisha. Runaway Skies. Come on,
Salisha was on the same stage with those people back then.
So cute.
Yeah. Miss Martin, her mum.
Miss Martin. Oh, I spoke to her the other day. She is. Listen, that is the original queen. She don't play, you know.
No, she didn't play.
She don't play
even
now.
Back then, she didn't play.
Oh, she don't play.
Honestly, like I'm sure she thought, what are you girls doing around here?
Yeah.
Like, what are you lot doing around here?
But she kind of rated it though at the same time, innit? Yeah, see.
We were grafting.
So why did it end though? Took me. I'm interviewing you. So why did it end?
I'm on the Terri Walker show today.
No, but
why did it end? I got jaded with music. I got really jaded. You know when you see the contract and it says like the universe. It says the universe.
Perpetuity, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the universe?
The universe? That means you're gonna own me forever?
What? Forever, ever?
Ever? Do you know it's so funny you say that about contracts, you know, because that's one thing, because I didn't get into the industry wanting to be in the industry, like I always wanted to sing.
Yeah.
Contract that I didn't mean it, because this meant to me, I'll start again, have a new name, you can have that. And that's how I've been going for
wow.
Yeah. And so even on my first label, when I got signed to Def Jam, and because I just feel like I'm just jumping
No, it's fine.
But so the contract, when I signed my contract with Def Jam UK, because I was meant to get signed to Def Jam in the States.
Right.
But 9/11 happened, so
I remember that time.
yeah, and so we couldn't fly out. So they were like, "Yo, but we've got a representative in London, so go and see him, Jaha Johnson."
So that's 2001.
2001, yeah. Oh yeah.
2001.
Yeah.
So that's like you've probably just come out of college then.
Yeah, no, because then there was a point when I did Shanks and Bigfoot.
Shanks and Bigfoot. Yes.
Yes. So this is what I'm saying. Sometimes when I have to think
All right,
back,
let's go back then.
Yeah,
So you're in college. You got a distinction.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know how I got it, but yeah.
Big up for the distinction.
Yeah, I know, innit?
Because some people they're not even getting the merit. So the distinction is good works.
I was like, how old? I'm like, thank you.
Yeah. So you got the distinction.
Yeah.
What happened before 2011? So that must have been about
2001, you mean?
2001, yeah. So that's about 1999,
yeah, into 2000. So what happened is I sang at my dad's funeral when I was 18. And
how did he pass?
So my dad, it's one of them ones where I didn't really know my dad that well. But even though, as I say, I can feel, because my dad, so my real name is Chanel Walker.
Chanel.
So I'm a Walker originally. So that's why Terri Walker, I've kept the Terri Walker.
Right.
Yeah. But
Dad's
Chanel,
name. Dad's name.
Yeah, my dad's name, my biological father's name is Walker.
Okay.
Then my stepdad's name, he adopted me when I was younger, and he gave me his German name, which is Chanel Gestettenbauer. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but my real actual name on my birth certificate would be Chanel Walker.
Chanel Walker.
So when I sang at his funeral, my dad had a lot of kids from different women, but me and my sister, the one I mentioned before, we got the same dad, different mom. But I remember being asked to sing at my dad's funeral, and me doing it because obviously it's your family thingy, but not really having a connection. I just did it because everyone said to sing, innit? So I sang there, and I remember everyone crying, and I remember me crying because everyone else was crying. And then this woman called Frances Cholet, I think her name's Frances, don't you say Cholet? But it's her name, I call her Frances anyway.
Yeah.
So she saw me singing at my dad's funeral. And then she told her partner, who's this amazing man called Aaron Hercules, like, yo, this girl, I just saw her singing at, I saw this girl singing at Horace's, my dad's name was Horace's funeral, and she's amazing. I think you should maybe, have a meeting with her and just talk to her. And so I met him, like a few weeks after that. I met him after. I went to kind of audition and sing in front of him, and he was like, "Okay, you can sing," but I don't think he really understood what I was about. Because I was still fresh from the boat from Germany, kind of, because 18, I moved back to Germany and I was wearing like polka dot leggings. I was one of those black girls that was a bit disconnected to black culture by that point. So if I would wash my hair, and I think I could wash and go, and my hair would be like. But me thinking it's like I was a mess. Seriously, I was a mess. But I was a very happy mess. I was like, "Hey guys, I'm happy to be here!" Wow. But not realizing that black people looking at me like, "Are you okay? You can't be looking."
Yeah,
you
how
can't
was that?
Because I grew up in. I didn't understand.
Yeah.
I didn't care. I was like Pippi Longstocking. Remember Pippi Longstocking?
Pippi Longstocking.
No, that was one of my heroes growing up in Germany. So I didn't see it. I was like, "Oh well, get over it. You guys don't really get it." It's like, I'm free, I'm comfortable. But when I got back to England, I kind of got. I understood that I was disconnected, and my sister was like, "Sis, you can't go out looking like that. Like black people are gonna look at you and think that you're mad, isn't it?" Which I did. But now when I look back, now this is what I think I'm still that way sometimes. Sometimes you see me dressed like this. Other days you'd see me be classy. Other days I'd have my braids
You're
up,
just
whatever
you feel like.
I am.
Yeah.
But so when I sang at my dad's funeral, and obviously and people still talk about it now, like, yo, that day when you sang, like I sang I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston. And because I used to literally study, when I used to sing, I could emulate everybody's voices. I could sing it note for note, because that's how much I studied how I'd sing other people's songs.
Oh my
So I'm hitting all the notes, I'm singing it the same way. But and I know that also it felt because I could feel the emotions when I'm singing it, because I knew I was channeling those people. So obviously when he then heard me sing and I auditioned in front of him, everyone else was like, "Yo, she's got something." And then so obviously when I was around him, and he was trying to put me in sessions with people, and I ended up being. I worked with some of the most amazing people. I worked with like Femi Fem from Young Disciples. Do you remember?
Yes.
Apparently nothing apparently. So I met people like Omar, like it's all those people from like Soul to Soul. I met literally the creme de la creme from the
Jackie
UK.
B,
Yeah, the
Mika
UK
Barrett.
black royalty. I was literally like thrown right into that scene of UK, soul.
At
But
18, 19.
18, 19, but not really understanding. Again, I'm just here.
Because you're outside.
Yeah.
You don't understand like the implication of how big these people are.
Because I knew it was big, but I was like, I just want to sing, but I didn't understand the process of what you do for you to get to that point. But somehow I kind of was like fast-tracked into this situation. But I think because of my dad, because me singing at my dad's funeral was the connection.
So it was a blessing.
It was a blessing.
Finally.
But again, at the same time, me still not really understanding the connection between me and my dad. Him maybe saying, yo, maybe for all the years that I wasn't there, I'm giving this to you. And that also is the reason why I said I'm going to keep the Walker. Something told me, keep the Walker name. Whatever you decide to change your name to. Because they wanted to call me Chanel. And I'm like, Chanel just didn't feel like kind of music that I was trying to do. So Terri Walker, because I was a bit of a tomboy and I really liked Toni Braxton at the time. I thought Terri, that's why I turned it into Terri Walker. But so when I sang there, and then I got he ended up obviously putting me in different sessions, and then Shanks and Bigfoot were looking for a singer to record the rest of the album, not Sweet Like Chocolate. Because Sweet Like Chocolate was already number one.
Yeah.
But they needed someone else to kind of do the rest of the album.
Yeah.
So I auditioned for them, ended up getting the part. And ended up recording the whole album. So I recorded the whole of the Shanks and Bigfoot album. Toured. We went with the second single went to number 12. I performed the Top of the Pops. I toured.
How was that though?
Again, because it was like, it was a job, innit?
Yeah.
So, but I feel like because it wasn't I didn't write it. It wasn't me.
So you didn't.
Yeah, it was
you
theirs.
just felt like I'm a session.
Yeah, so it was just like playing a part, playing a role. So it was just cool, but I don't think I even understood the severity, like what it meant, the impact, or how powerful it was that I was doing that. So I'm doing it. Even at one point, I was even styling myself and everything. But what happened is then after doing all that stuff, when it came down to me doing Terri Walker, Aaron at the time and everyone else didn't know what to do with me. So they were putting me in all these sessions, but no one really knew what to do. And at the time, he was also managing the Architects. So,
oh my gosh, I was in that video.
I was there.
I was in their second video, Show Me the Money.
Oh, because
I had a long, with the bandana thing on and the denim batty riders.
Babe, we got too much in common, man. Because I was at the first photo shoot. Make the body cool. We got to make, we get.
Yeah.
I was there like Nate, and I remember at the time.
Underneath the bridge, London Bridge.
I
in the
think
club.
So, it was kind of in the club downstairs.
Yeah, downstairs.
When I look back, the amount of people that were there.
All of them was there.
Everyone was there.
The whole dancing community was there.
But you don't even get to see me in the videos. I had this white hat and you could just see a hat. Kelly was there, but you didn't even see me. But what happened is, so obviously they were looking after, and that at the time, I think it went to number 2, didn't it? Like number 2, number 1.
It was big.
It was massive. But then they didn't know what to do with me. So obviously all the focus was going on to that, which I love because it was amazing. But I knew that I'm not trying to do garage. I'm not trying to do what they're doing. So I literally said to my mum at one point, Mum, I need to just go away for a week and clear my head, but don't tell anyone that I'm gone away. So if anyone asks for me, so I literally just disappeared for a week. Went to just booked a flight to LA.
Oh.
I went out there by myself. I could have got killed. I went to a motel and everything by myself.
I can't believe.
The only ones when you just think to yourself, I've got to go. I trust God so much. I just went, I've got to go. Went for a week. Ended up staying there for a week. But some guy that I was worked with in London before that, he was out there as well. So I said, yo, I'm in LA. Can we maybe do a session or whatever else? Because you know what? Come and meet me and my brother. They live outside of LA in some where do they live? They live somewhere outside of LA. And he goes, come and visit them.
That? Would I know him?
No, because I can't remember his name. But I remember his brother. The guy the family that I went to was Sylvia and Sylvia Smith, Marcus and Sylvia Smith.
Okay.
I think it's Marcus. My brain survived. But anyway, so I ended up going out there for the week. Then he said, okay, come and meet my brother. And, they've got a studio at home and you can maybe work with them. When I got there, turns out that remember Hinder Hicks? Hinder Hicks was out there. She was staying there.
She had a really big song. I can't remember.
I want to be a lady. Can I be a lady? Yeah. So
she was a good song.
Her voice was ridiculous.
What happened to Hinder?
But at the time, so what happened, her and her business partner and her boyfriend at the time, he was Mike Hamilton, they were writing, they were kind of trying to find another deal for her and stuff as well. So she was there for the week. And we both ended up staying in this house, recording. And I ended up staying there for a month.
Oh, wow.
And I was only meant to be there for
1 week.
Yeah, for 1 week.
So now you're just missing from the UK.
And to the point, my mom had to keep sending me money via Western Union. Because remember back then it was Western Union. There was none of this. You could just send money via transfer.
Oh my gosh.
And she kept sending me money. And that's when I recorded Loveful. For my first album, which is Untitled.
Unentitled, yeah.
Yeah. And I remember just being on the microphone and she was doing her records and I was doing mine. But then they must have put like a beat on. Dun, 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 dun. And I said, it seems lately. Literally freestyled it on the spot. And that's the song that ended up then getting me signed to my major deal.
So if you didn't go to LA,
babe, if I didn't say to everyone, and everyone was like, "Where is Terri? Is she okay?" Like we don't know where she is. And eventually, obviously, my mum was like, "She's in LA. She just, she had to clear her head." When I came back, obviously, I wasn't part of the management anymore.
Yeah.
But and then I played it to a few people, and next minute, I met my next management, which was Dean Zephyr, who then shopped it around to everywhere. And the deal that I was meant to have, I was meant to get signed to either Magic Johnson, Elektra, or Def Jam. They were all like, and then even like Darkest from over here, he actually offered me more money for
Oh,
Up
wow.
on Island, but I ended up going with Def Jam because
It's Def Jam.
it's Def Jam, isn't it?
Yeah.
But at the time, I thought to myself, oh, you know, because I didn't know anything about the industry, so
Yeah.
this makes sense. But now when I think about it now, the way that Darkest developed artists back then,
Yeah.
he allowed you to become an artist. And I didn't know that then. So I always say, every time I see him, I always say to Darkest, trust me, like, it's not that, I don't have regrets now, but there's a point I thought, you know what, if I would have went with you, maybe my career would have been different. But then now I'm like, no, it went exactly how it was meant to go.
Yeah.
So so when people ask me about my journey, it's all over the place because it's one of them ones where when I trust something, I just go with it. So
It has to be.
and everything else kind of just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Everything else, how I got there doesn't matter. I don't know what happened, how it happened, but it doesn't matter as long as I just trusted me going to where I needed to go to next. So, and that's how,
So, are you still Pippi Longstocking at the time?
No, by that point when I got signed,
Yeah.
by that point I was still I was still to the point like when I first met the label, like my actual all the people under the team, my label team. Obviously, because that's when you get the team around your glamour team.
I was gonna ask you, how did that work for you?
So obviously when I come in there, and I think they were, first of all, they're all in shock, like, oh God, there's good potential here. She's a good looking girl, but there needs to be some kind of,
Yeah, we need to mould.
Yeah, we need to mould it up.
Yeah.
And I was cool with it because people were listening to me and they were respecting me. So I didn't mind because my thing was always like, when I feel like people are not hearing me and not respecting what I'm about, I can't, I close up. But I could see that everyone was like, no, we hear you, we see your potential, but let's try different things. So, and up to this day, my stylist that back then, he styles Sugar Babes and stuff, and my hairstylist, he does Beyonce, he did Naomi Campbell, he's amazing. Like up to this day, we're still really close.
That's lovely.
If I ever needed them for anything, they will be there in a second because they literally, I don't know if you ever saw, there's a picture of like me having like a bun. Like it's
the like
there, it's like and it's a side profile with my hoop. Hence why I also still always wear hoop earrings. So, and he literally gave me that look, and that was in 2001. And I've never, and it's been something that's become my signature.
Like a signature look.
Yeah. And it's one of them ones where I just don't know. But every time when things just don't make sense, it's not like I'm running away. But I realize I can't stay somewhere where when I've outgrown something, I have to push myself out of my comfort zone. I realize that's what happened. So that's why I'm at now.
So Unentitled, first album.
Yeah.
How was that process?
Again, it was weird because I said Love For was the song that got me signed, but then they end up kind of putting me in with writers, Louise Francis and James Yard, who end up writing, James Yard who produced Drawing Board.
He's major. James Yard is major, isn't he?
Major.
Like,
he's
big time.
He's amazing. Like, but when I met him, we recorded most of my album in Peckham.
What?
Yeah, on Sumner Road. It used to be like a it was like a youth centre.
No way.
And it was in a room upstairs. When he finished teaching, we would record my album.
I can't believe that.
And I used to travel there on the bus, and because them times I was still
because you could still manoeuvre. Yeah.
And it was an amazing time. So I remember recording Drawing Board, this other song called 4 Feet Under, a Fake. And then other songs that we end up doing in bigger studios, but like a lot of the songs that end up becoming on my album were like recorded in like little studios or people's houses or whatever. So so the first verse of the first album again was me saying, guys, I don't know, and this is the reason why I called my album Untitled, is me saying I don't know what I'm doing. I was always honest about, guys, I don't know how I got here, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trusting the process. So I'm working with some of the biggest artists that I didn't even, or producers and even musicians, like Pino Palladino, who's worked with like D'Angelo, was on my album. I didn't know that. Mos Def, I didn't know who Mos Def was when he featured on my album. Can you imagine? To the point people say to me,
I definitely knew who Mos Def was.
But people say to me, stop telling people that story because it's embarrassing. No, it's not. It's the truth. That's how it was back then. I didn't know because I was more of an R&B soul girl, so I wasn't into hip hop like that.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, oh my God, are you mad?
It's major.
It's major.
He's changed
Because
his name,
it was between him and Common. Yeah, but then Mos
Girl.
Def, yes. And even every time I see Mos, he's like, yo, that's one of my favourite features. I'm like, you just saying that to everybody, could he lying? But then I've worked with him since that, and I've been in the same rooms with him since that, and it's like, and every time I have been around him, I also evolve in different ways. So it's like, everything, like my journey when it comes to music, I can't really describe it. I can't even really explain it. So when people ask me about it, it's like, I feel like just listen to the music, because I think the music, if you by chronological order, then that way you can hear
your life journey.
Yeah, because I can hear, when I listen back to the songs, okay, this is where I was. But for me to explain it to you, I can't, because it literally is God. It's God.
Mercury.
American Music Prize.
Prize, nomination.
Because when you're signed to a label, they submit it, don't
Yeah.
they? And I didn't know that. When I got nominated, I
Yeah.
thought, oh my God, they realised they know my album. Oh my God, they like my music.
Yeah.
But it was because obviously the label put it forward. So if the label hadn't put it forward, I don't know if I would have ever been heard like that. So, but they put it forward. Got shortlisted. That's the year when Dizzy won.
Mm-hmm.
And Floetry was nominated that year as well.
There's
a lot of Floetry.
Marsha went to my school.
Oh, which one?
Marsha, the singer, the
Yeah.
one that wrote Butterflies.
Yeah.
Yeah, she went to my school. She
Okay.
went to my school. She used to play basketball.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
Brixton
Natalie.
Top Cats. Yeah.
Yeah, because Natalie used to play basketball as well, didn't she?
I don't know Natalie. I just knew Marsha. She was in the year above me and she was a P like me. So we were Ps. So she was the year above us, yeah.
Okay. So they ended up going to the Brits, didn't they?
Yeah. She left Charles Brook and went there.
Well, listen, I remember the first time I saw them two, I was like, what?
Different.
And, it's funny because I went to, I think, not sure what the place was called where they performed. I thought, no, it was called not Black Lily. There was a night that they did, and where they used to do poetry and they used to perform, and but I was singing with this amazing sister Lil L, and she asked me to do a chorus for her, so I was singing with her, and I used to sound like Lauren a lot because I was a big Lauryn Hill fan. And then I remember watching Marsha and Natalie perform. And I'm just being mesmerised by how confident they were, how they just knew what they were doing, they just knew how to command the stage. And I saw Natalie in the toilet, I was like, yo, I'm such a fan, I really love to. And she goes, yeah, you're good, but you sound too much like Lauryn Hill. And I remember thinking, and it was one of the best things she ever said to me, because from that moment on, I literally stopped trying to sing like Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, you sound on a perfect.
Yeah. And after this day, she's like, stop telling people that story, because it sounds like I was being a bully. Like, no, you're supposed to tell people the truth. Because if you didn't say that to me, no one else would have said that to me.
And then you would have just kept on going down that path, and they would have kept on like comparing me.
And you know what I mean? And I was like, that's one of the best things you said to me. That's why also for me, every time anyone asks me any question, don't ask me if you don't want to hear the truth. Do not ask me anything. If you don't want to hear the truth, don't ask me. Don't ask me.
Yeah.
Because that's how I grew up. I grew up with brutal honesty. It might have hurt at the time, but it made me a better artist.
It helps you grow.
It helped me grow, man.
So yeah, where was the first time? Where were you the first time you heard your first song?
I was driving. Then I had like a little Polo, which I crashed. Oh my God, yeah.
Polo was a car.
Doing nonsense, yeah.
Polo was a car.
Listen, my Polo. Listen, my Polo was my Polo. My mum bought it for me, and my friend drove it over from Germany to England. So it was literally
real German car from German.
And I loved that Polo, man. But I remember I was driving, and I was listening to Choice FM, and all I could hear is, "When it feels like the rain." I was like, yo, they're playing my music on air, and I'm calling everyone, oh my God, they're playing my song. And they were like, they're not supposed to be playing their music. What do you mean they're not supposed to be playing my music? They've bootlegged your record. So basically they were...
Lies!
Yeah. But to me, I was
so
like...
you were excited and it's like, hold on, you bootlegged my song?
Yeah, but then the whole label, they was like, oh my God, they were panicking. No, the music's not meant to be out. No one's supposed to have this music yet. But then obviously, in the end, everyone's thinking someone did it on purpose. They must have leaked it on purpose to see...
Taster.
And I think, to be honest with you, that's how you want it to happen. Because if the radio is playing it when they're not supposed to be playing it, that means it's good, right?
It's good, of course.
But I didn't know that.
Choice weren't just playing anything.
Yeah, and there you go. Choice is for me up to this day. I miss Choice.
Pinnacle.
Choice is the pinnacle. If you got invited to do anything on Choice, because it was run by us, it was run by people that actually know what they're talking.
Honestly.
So, but they were rinsing my whole album. They were playing every single song on my album to the point it was like
Jenny Francis.
But no, I didn't really get to meet Jenny. It was more gigs. No, it was not Jigs.
I know.
It was more Jigs, and it was do you remember Jeff Schumann?
Jeff Schumann.
Yes, people like Jeff Schumann.
And what was the other guy? Something front. Wasn't it front? Oh no, what's his name?
I never got to meet Jennifer, but she played my music though, legend. But I never got to meet her. Funny enough.
No way.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is, but I just remember thinking, wow, I'm getting played on Choice, which means, you know,
that was big.
Choice to this day, I think Choice is still one of the stations for me.
Upset my spirit when they moved it from Brixton.
Oh, was it in Brixton?
It was in Brixton, opposite the Tesco's. There was a little side road.
Yes,
you
it
had
was.
the big. Yeah.
And then they moved it to the West End, didn't it?
Yeah, and now it's Capital Extra.
I know. Let's not even talk about
anyway,
that. My heart,
just leave it there.
Yeah, let's leave it there for my heart. my heart. But I think this is one of the reasons why I started my own radio show, and at first it used to be monthly, but now it's obviously every 2 months. But it's one of the ones where I'm trying to remind people, like, before we did all of this algorithm and numbers and influences and all this, like, we decided if you was good or not. There was none of this whole, oh, now you're Graham Norton, you've made, no, I don't, lovely to those people, Jonathan Ross and those people, even what's his name, Zayn, I don't care. If we don't like it, it doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't mean nothing to me. I don't care how much numbers, followers it have, it don't mean nothing. Honestly,
Honestly.
your BAFTAs, your nominated. I don't care. Like, and I think people are like, oh, you're saying it because no, never that. Because when I started out, I never cared. I never watched who got nominated. I just remember listening to the music. I didn't even know that Lauryn Hill won all these Grammys at the time. I just knew that the album was an incredible album.
Beautiful album.
And also when I found out that Bob Marley never won any accolades
In his lifetime.
in his lifetime, I was like, Bob Marley,
Bob
who
Marley.
everyone to this day is trying to be.
Bob Marley.
Come on. And so, guys, like when it comes to this whole industry thing, you don't swear on here, do you?
You can if you
No,
want
but
to.
I don't know.
It's honestly
I've been doing so good on here. I've been not sworn
You're
the whole
doing
time.
alright.
So I honestly don't give a rat's batty, yeah? That's the way it's trying to be nice. I couldn't give it, like, we're here because we really do this. We really love this. We really love this. We really do this. We really believe in it and we really trust it. So me sitting here today, this is all God's work, you know? It's all God's work. And just know even the people that you've had on. Every time I see your name, every time I see, I'm like, oh, why does Trina like this? Let me see. There must be a reason why if Trina likes this, or even when I see Rick's liking my comment, it must be good. If Rick's is saying this is okay, because there's certain people that I see how honest and consistent you are with what you do. You don't contradict yourself. So, and I don't. So if you go back on any of my posts, you will see I've been the same person.
Consistently.
I've been consistently. There's no changing. There's no, oh, now I've made it. Now I've got to act different. None of that. So me sitting here today in 2025, knowing especially where I'm going to go next, is amazing. It's crazy to me. It's amazing.
It is amazing. It's quite emotional, actually.
It is emotional,
when you look back at the journey.
Yeah.
And what you've been able to achieve.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You know. What was the difference between your first album and your second album in terms of recording and like pressures and such?
The difference between my first album and the second album, I understood that it was a business now, and that I wasn't doing like my goal and my dream that I wanted to achieve. I achieved it.
Yeah.
I could sing and I made people feel the way I wanted them to make me feel. But now there's a machine behind it, and for people to order to hear it, you've got to kind of play the game a bit. That I thought I had to play the game because I realized when I wasn't playing, I was just doing what I was doing. I thought I wasn't playing the game, but I must have been playing the game without me realizing I was playing the game. So the second album, I mean, because now I listen back to the second album, I actually love it, but there were two songs on there that, because it was industry and you kind of had to make, you know, because the music business is a business, so you have to pay the money back. So I kind of allowed people...
Recouping.
Yeah, recouping.
Yeah.
And so I allowed people to kind of tell me certain things that made me believe, oh, yeah, if I don't do this...
You're not going to recoup the money. Yeah.
So there's two songs on the album that I can't stand. There's a song called Whoopsie Daisy and a song called What the Hell, which I didn't really write. I was kind of involved in the saying some of it, but it wasn't something that I would have ever chosen to have on my album. And then when I even did the video for Whoopsie Daisy, which is like a Beyonce lookalike, and I'm like, I'm not Beyonce. I'm nothing like... It's not for me. So that whole process then made me realise, like, wow, like, I need to understand what I'm doing here, because I realised I've got this amazing, you know, opportunity in this situation. I'm in a place where I could, if I play my cards right, it could just all go crazy. But if I don't know what I'm doing, I could also really mess it up for the next person in line or for myself. So a lot of people don't realise that the second album, after Whoopsie Daisy happened, and it didn't really, you know, it did kind of, that's the highest charting song. But the second song that was meant to be This Is My Time, which is a song that is really about me, they didn't even...
That was a Choice FM classic.
Listen,
I just want to let you know, that was on Choice FM regularly.
See, I don't even know because I stopped listening to radio by that point.
I'm letting you know.
And you know what's mad?
All the time.
You know what's mad? And that's the thing.
It was even background music.
Really?
It was always on Choice.
I didn't even know that. See?
Honestly.
Because at that time, when they didn't really promote it outside, everything else I was doing all these shows, they didn't promote it outside. I thought, what am I doing here? Like, I'm literally... So I had a meeting with my MD from the label, because my manager at the time was like, yo, have a conversation with him so we can maybe salvage this. And the first thing he said to me was like, yo, what happened to Terri Walker, man? And I was like, just let me go. And I didn't want to have another conversation, just let me go. And he's like, you should have said, listen, I don't know what I'm doing, and I think I don't deserve to have this right now. Having all this, you hemorrhaging money, me having to figure it out, I'm just going to be hemorrhaging money, let me go. So a lot of people think that I was dropped. I wasn't dropped, I said, let me go, because I don't know what I'm doing. So after that...
How did it feel emotionally?
It didn't, because I didn't care. That's not... I never got into the industry for that. And what I started to realise is how people were changing around me that wanted that so hard. Like, which is, I see history repeat itself so many times. I see people get into it, start this amazing thing, and then they get caught up in this whole industry nonsense, and they change, and they forget why they did it, and then end up doing the same thing, and then they want to come back and try and I realised I'm not one of those people. Like, I know why I got into it, for the reason why I got into this.
You just wanted to...
But also, my honesty sometimes would make people feel a certain way. So I realised when I was to be honest with people about stuff, in the conversation, it was real. But then after that, they'd show me their true colours. I'm like, oh, wow. And it happened so many times. It confused me every time it happened until I had to really let go. You know what? Stop it now. You see what it is now. Every time you do that, clearly these people are not your people, or they just don't understand what you're doing. And now it's for you to learn to make like shift the change and you to do something that makes more sense for you. So now I don't take it personal anymore because now once I say something, I see the reaction. That's it. So I think after the second album, that's when I went independent, to be honest. So after
And they just let you go?
yeah, no, they had to, yeah, because obviously I wasn't really recouped.
So did you? Oh, right. So you didn't recoup. You didn't go to your options. Did you have options?
Yeah, because the second I was still getting my last because I got three. Yeah, it's got the first option. What do you mean? If I can extend?
Yeah, if you go stay.
Yeah,
and
no, I
do
said just let me go because I didn't like. There's no point because I'm going to be hemorrhaging money. I was
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to because I didn't know.
Yeah, to make it into what they want,
what
but
they
still
wanted.
keep yourself.
And the thing is, I think if I really wanted to and I really focused and paid attention to it, I think I could have. But I realised I can't if I'm not with the people that are listening to me and understand. Because remember, everyone didn't know what people believed in Terri Walker. They knew how I could perform. They knew what I was about. But no one really understood that the process for me to get to the next level of where I need to go. There is no time. There is no time. There is no plan for it. It has to literally happen organically. Because I'm not the kind of artist that's been here before. And I only realised that after the second album.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because some albums that you can see, okay, this you can see she's going to be the next this.
Yeah.
She's going to be the next that. She's going to be the next. Like with Amy. Amy was basically, she's like the next Dusty Springfield, the next, Barbara Streisand because, she's Jewish, but she can sing soulful, but she's got...
Yeah.
Up with me, there wasn't...
They couldn't pigeonhole you.
They couldn't pigeonhole, and I wasn't trying to be the next Whitney. I wasn't trying to be the next whoever there was. I wasn't trying to be the next anything. I was just trying to be the next me.
You're just trying to be Terri. Yeah.
And I was trying to explain that to people. Like, Untitled explained that to you guys. So that's what my third album, I Am, which I did by myself. It tells you, I am the twinkle in your eye, I am, yes I am. The thing that makes you catch your breath. I wrote that song. First song that I wrote by myself. You know what I'm saying? Knew from the start that I would be something. Followed my heart because I know who I am. Again, didn't know why the hell I wrote that. But I produced. And the girl that produced it was a girl that produced it on my first album called Sammy J, who produced, who wrote Kelly's Things We Do for Love. Like so much. The journey is mad. I can't explain it to you, but all I know when I listen back to my music now, especially, and when I have someone like Rick saying to me, oh, I've just, I'm only discovering your music now. I'm like, my heart, I don't think, even now thinking about it, it makes me emotional because I'm like, someone that is so real and so honest and is saying to me that she's listening to him and she gets it now. Because my job's done.
Do you know what I love about music? Like, when we're gone, like it's still here.
It's still there.
And it's still impacting
This is why it's important.
Very.
Why what you put out there.
Say and do.
What you say and do. You can't contradict yourself. Because this is the reason why we're in trouble. This is the reason why people think that we don't know what we're doing. But Whitney, when she's singing, when she told us Greatest Love of All, I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. If I succeed, at least I believe no matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity.
Oof.
Do you understand? So I don't care if she's a crackhead. She kept it real. I don't care what you say about her.
Look, they can't say nothing about
Whitney. I don't care.
She is the greatest.
She's the greatest
of all time.
Of all time.
Period.
And then obviously you got your Aretha's, you got your, you got all this stuff. But Whitney told us that. And I saw this video and she said, when Lauren, because she said Lauren and her used to go to the same church. And she said that how she said to Lauren, like, Lauren, why are you doing this, Fuji stuff, you're Lauren Hill.
Yeah.
Then, no, I'm a soldier, I'm about the Fuji, And then obviously when she did the emancipation of Lauren Hill, and then she said, this is what I was trying to tell you, you're Lauren Hill. There's been so many things that have been coming to me recently, like the universe keeps sending me videos and clips of people. I'm like, God, stop it. I get it. I know. So even if I speak too fast, or even if I'm all over the place, I know it's going to make sense to the people that it needs to make sense to. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people are like, you're all over the place. You still need to... I'm like, no, I'm exactly where I need to be. I'm exactly who I need to be and where I need to be with who I need to be with.
People love to polish people too much.
Yeah.
And try to mold them into things that they're not.
That they're not.
And then it doesn't...
I love you for that. I love that you just said that. Go on.
It's the truth though, but then you're not authentic.
Yes.
And then it doesn't hit, it doesn't resonate with people.
That's the clip that you're going to use to introduce this. That's the clip right there. That's the clip right there. Sorry. I just literally, you just felt it. That's the clip right there to show people.
Yeah. It doesn't resonate with people. And when it doesn't resonate with people, it just, it's a nothing.
It's a nothing. Babe, do you know how fucking powerful that was just now, what you just said. Because
do that.
I've been sitting there talking, I'm like, I hope that when we watch it back, there's going to be, because that's it. People try to punish people too much. Because I look
Yeah.
at you and I'm thinking, look how classy, and she just knows she's got her stuff together. And there's me, I look like I do have my stuff together, but there's so much more of a, when people look at things and how people engage to stuff, they have to see it a certain way before they even listen to it. Do you know what I mean?
It's like they have to make it palatable.
They have to make it palatable. And you don't have
Just
to.
take it as
just
it
take
is.
it as it is. Because before black people became who we became, we didn't know nothing about palatable. We were black people.
You know what the problem is with us? We never marketed things.
We didn't.
People came in.
Yeah,
they
like,
came in.
you're having a party, the house is ram up. Like, how you know about this party? I wasn't there to tell me about that. How you know? We
never marketed things. And that's what happened.
Oh my God.
People came and packaged our stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. And then sold it back to us.
Sold it back to. You can't sell it back to us, people that are real black people. Do you know what I'm saying? It's only the ones that are trying to get into these people. And they think, as I said, I've noticed when I see certain people had a change, they have a certain management or a certain team around them. They think that now, okay, I've got to do this. And every time without fail, I see history repeating itself. It lasts for 2 seconds, and after that, you realise you come back into the real world. It's
a conveyor belt.
It's a conveyor belt.
It's literally a conveyor belt.
Wow.
They will do the same
Trina,
thing.
you know, I'm excited for you, you know. Life is going
They
to
will
be crazy.
do the same thing. Like, you've literally got to be your authentic self.
You have to be.
Like, don't try and pander to people.
Don't try and pander to people.
At night, you've got to be able to go to sleep and be comfortable, with all the decisions you've made.
Even if it was fuckery. Listen, I did it, yeah, fuck
It's
it.
fine.
I did it,
but
yeah.
even if it is,
Own the shit.
you've got to be able to sleep at night with that. And
Yes.
say, you know what, I'm okay with that.
I'm okay. And you know, this is the reason why I think people like us, we trigger them so much, because I own my stuff. You can't tell me that about me. So when you see people do little weird stuff, it's nothing to do with you. It's nothing to do with you. It's nothing to do with me.
It's about them.
It's about you.
There's like a lack of...
wow. This is powerful.
It's reflection, isn't it?
It's all
like,
reflection.
I feel bad about me, so I'm going to try and find that thing in you.
Yeah.
And then put it in you, because I don't want to take it out. My granny said you used to take it out your own eye. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's true. Because you know what I noticed as well, what was happening throughout the whole of 20, since I released my album, My Love Story, it's removed so many people in my life that the moment you disrespect me one time, I see it the first time, but
you kind of feel...
Because I'm not you, I don't have to call, like, I say something, I'll call you out on it.
Yeah.
But if you go, oh no, it's you, or it's in your head, or you're crazy, I know there's no point in me having this conversation, because I know that you're going to not own it, and I'm going to go going back and forth and whatever, so I leave it. If I care enough about you, you're going to still be in my life. If I don't care enough, we won't be talking. But what I noticed with this album, right into the 11th hour before 2025, I was tested in a way, and I thought, what? Like, why are you tested? Like, I've been trying to tell you this. Don't waste your time, because I don't really care about your life. Can't change my... I've been saying that in the song, like, why are you fighting me? Your insecurities. I've been singing that on my new album. That's what it says in the whole album. Like, my love story is my love story. Stop trying to project your nonsense onto me.
Stop inveigling yourself in my life story.
And then when you can't ask me for advice, don't ask me if you don't want to hear the truth. Go away. And I think this is why this conversation for me, like, of course, when you ask me to come, of course I'd love to. So I'm looking at you thinking, oh, like, she has some serious people on. For her to want me on, because I know that you don't just have me on just for the sake of having me on. As other people invite me to stuff, haven't done their research, but they just want me on, but not knowing why they have me on. So
there's so many reasons I wanted to have you on. Like, when you posted your stepdad, that really intrigued me.
Really?
So what I do when I'm thinking about my show, I have a list of things that I want to talk about.
Okay.
Like, in my mind, before I know who my guests are,
Yeah.
I've got an idea of what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
So I had stuff written down like sickle cell. I had things like lupus. I had absent parents, absent present parents. That's a different thing.
Yes.
Yeah. I've had cancer on my list. So like, I just wrote this list. I've got a long, extensive list. I'm not going to tell all of you, because you'll try to steal me.
No, I can't take nothing from you. You is honestly speaking to me, and no, I can't take nothing from you.
So, one, when you followed me, I was gassed, because it's Terri Walker in it. Remember, I auditioned for you, so I definitely know who you are. Yeah. So you followed, and I was like, oh my God, I've got to follow her back straight away. I'm all doing too much. Like, oh, you never guess who followed me today?
And that's
like,
mad to me, because in my mind, I'm thinking you don't even knowing what I've done. Anyway, go on, carry on. So
I fully know who Terri Walker is.
Wow.
I called Lisa. I said, Lisa, you never guess what? I said, Terri Walker, she's so lovely. She's so lovely. Terry's so
Lisa.
lovely. She's such a nice, beautiful soul. So she's going off. I'm like, yeah, I like her. I like Terri. So I'm like, I'll follow Terri back anyway. I was like, oh, you know, Lisa, I'd like to get Terri on, you know. He's like, you're just nice. Like, oh no, but you know, like she doesn't know who I am like that, or you know, she's like, nah, man, Terry's cool.
Oh.
So I'm like, I'm just like, you know, we're voice noting. I'm like, all right, one day I'm gonna ask her, but let me not just ask her off the jump. Like, hi Terry, hi, thanks for following me. Can you come on my show?
Yeah.
Because I was really gassed, like really,
And
really
that's, you know,
gassed.
you saying it's so mad, because when I look at, because of the way how social media, they've made it look like, oh, this is what's cool, this is what's not cool. I look at you and think you're so, because I'm so all over the place sometimes. I'm thinking,
No,
even sometimes,
you are cool.
no, I know this for me, but like,
Honestly.
you know, because see, like my sister, for instance, she's very much someone that she knows about what's hot and what's trendy, what's not, and I don't care about that. I've never cared about it.
Yeah.
So when I look at you lot, you're so on, you know, on. But I would never think that until you said that to me. I'm like, what,
No,
really?
you've got to know, like,
Wow.
let me give some flowers, yeah?
Yeah.
There wasn't many black women
Mm.
growing up, teenage years, whatever. The only people we had were like the Americans.
Yes.
Yeah. And so we did aspire to be like them, whether it's trying to have the Aaliyah
on.
hairstyle, the brat,
Brand,
whatever, total and stuff.
Yeah.
But you see like the likes of you, like seeing you in your essence, in your actual self, and now hearing that this weren't even marketed. This is this is even better for me. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Because I'm like, wow, this is really you.
No, it really is. Yeah.
Like to have you there in that market, like as your authentic self, meant a lot. Do you know what I mean? Because we felt like we had to conform. We felt like we had to look a certain way.
Yes.
Like, and even just being a darker skinned woman as well. Like,
beautiful woman though.
Like,
Beautiful.
it wasn't easy. Do you know what I mean? But like seeing yourself, I mean, I nearly cried speaking to Kelly the other day. I was like, Kelly, you don't know what you do.
Oh, listen, me and her cry all the time together. That's all we do is bar together like
honestly,
idiots.
she must think, this girl, is she all right? Like, just wanted to let you know, like, you don't understand what you meant to us.
Yes.
Because you guys, you were the only ones we had. Yes, we had Misha Paris.
Yes, but that was,
Yes, we had Eternal and then, but you lot was like us.
Because you came after us, didn't it? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And then obviously there's connections, because I'm knowing Dwayne knows her, Shay, Andre knows her. So it's like to see someone in my circumference. I might not know you directly, but I know that people know you, and I know that it can happen for any of us because you're there.
Yes.
Like, you're there.
You're there.
And then you were with Def Jam there.
Yeah, yeah.
You weren't with some anybody round the back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
like, just out the back of the car boot. You were... Do you know how big Def Jam was to be signed at the time?
I know.
That was big, like, really big, Terry.
I know, but I'm not even...
But again, you're not even seeing it like that.
Because I'm like, we're big. Black people were big, but anything we do is big. So, but again, at the same time, for everyone else, it was a bit... But I remember signing because of that name. But I think, as you said with the Kelly thing, I see Kelly on TV, Top of the Pops, doing it before. So when I used to sing Kelly songs at the bus stop when I used to go to college with my friend. I used to get on my friend's nerve. Like, oh, here we go, Kelly again. All I used to do is sing her songs from the top of my lungs. I was obsessed with Kelly. So when she came to one of my shows, I was doing that. I was like, oh my God, Kelly. So when I'm meeting her now, I'm like, Kelly, I don't think you understand. You're looking at me like side finger, but you're doing, because I then said I was signed in when I was signed. She's like, and then the other day, for the first time, she came to my house. I've known her for years. For the first time, she's come to my house with my friends that I started singing with. And we were all singing in harmony the other day. We were singing.
Oh my
and it was like, it was one of the most beautiful moments, literally full circle moments. And I'm like, so when, as I said, when you're saying what you're saying to me, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, honestly. And it's mad, because as you said, because you're going to get that soon. Someone's going to be like, Trina, you're the reason why. And you're going to be like, shut up your mouth. Why can't you stuff? This is what I do, isn't it? But it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And especially to hear it from us.
Yeah, it's different.
And exactly. And not from, you know, some marketing telling you, well, this is what's hot right now. Yeah. This is the next person. Even, I would never even call myself an influencer. You know, people want to call, I could never say that I'm an influencer. I don't.
The only people I influence are my children. That's the only influence that I have.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the only important
thing. And you're their first hero at the end of the day. People need to understand that only, like, besides God, like, you're the first. My mum is the first woman that showed me that anything is possible. And ever since that, to be fair. So, like,
the fact that your mum uprooted, went to Germany and was boss in the space.
The way she taught me so much. And I think she didn't understand until she saw me out do my thing. Like, Mum, I'm so much you, but I've obviously was, because of the way that she raised me, was so open, so honestly, I was able to see her mistakes and write them in a way where, Mum, you didn't have an opportunity to see this about yourself. I do now. So let me show you what you've implanted in me.
And that's what it is, though. And I think sometimes people look back at their parents and they think, oh, my mum didn't do this, my dad didn't do this. But they were literally learning.
They were learning.
What they give us is the lessons from their mistakes.
100%.
you know?
100%.
Like, if they didn't give us those lessons, we would have to go and make those same mistakes
Same
again.
mistakes. And that's one thing I think I say to my mum all the time. Is like, Mum, whatever happened to me as a kid, whatever else, like, and you always believed me. Like, so my mum, listen, she's like, she's one of the realest people you meet. Even to the point where when I've outgrown and I've become my own person, and before I'd always want to seek her validation. If she doesn't like something, I'll be like, Mama, like, I love you, but it doesn't matter. Like, I know myself now, so
It's okay.
But it's rubbish. I don't care if you think it's rubbish, Mama. I love you, and it's fine. You don't have to agree. And then she starts laughing again. Okay. Like, you know, because she knows now you've raised someone with a mind of their own, and well done. You've done a great job because I'm amazing. So
You just said something. You said what happened when you were younger. Is it something you?
I think we can talk about it if you want to. Yeah.
What happened?
You know, most of us sexual abuse, isn't it? So, and it happened when I was 4. And
4 years old.
Yeah, and at the time, the person that happened with, I thought, because you're 4, isn't it? So everything's so much bigger than you. So I thought the person was much older than me.
Yeah.
The person was 10 years older than me, so he was still a kid himself.
Still a kid,
but it was wrong.
Definitely.
And only years after, and over the years, it's something that would always keep coming back into my head. But when I was 11, I woke up one day in Germany, and I woke up and I said, Mum, this thing happened to me, and I'm trying to figure it out. And when I told my mum, she believed me straight away. She didn't even do no weird questioning. She called everyone up first, and from that moment on, I realised I was a victim. And then it set me free, and I realised. But then after that, I became a survivor. So this is one of the reasons why I say I have no shame if anything that happens, because I think a lot of things that I've done throughout my life were trauma responses, were trauma bonding, or thinking. Because I talk about it so honestly and so blasé. That's why I didn't bring it up like until someone asked me about it. Because before someone, I'd be like, oh, this happened to me, but you know, I got over it. Because I've got over it in a way because I can speak about it so freely. It's part of my life. But that's the only thing that happened. It happened a few times with that person. That's
Were
the
they
only
family member or?
Well, I would say, because obviously that's the family I was around, that and it wasn't anyone immediate. It was someone's house that we'd go to.
Yeah.
And I remember the person would call me, like their sister would say to me, oh, come into the room. And what's his name's calling me? I'm like, I don't want to go. Because I'm just going there. And I'm like, I remember saying I don't want to, because I remember him doing it. And I remember him penetrating me and me bleeding. I remember that moment like it was yesterday. But at the same time, just not understanding what was going on. And I remember my mum would say to me, 4. Yeah, because this is before I moved to Germany. So, but then when my mum was saying something to me, like last year, she said something to me, like, yeah, because back in the day, you used to sit with your legs wide open in front of your stepdad. I used to be like, why are you sitting like that? Close your legs. And she never used to understand. And I didn't know what I was doing. So I was being very sexual. And then to the point, you know, like when you think that you're that's another thing that what I thought when it happened to me, that once I understood that it wasn't my fault, every time I'm doing anything sexual, I think I'm in control. So if I'm having sex with someone, it's because I want to have sex with them. But you're still using it. It's still a trauma response.
It is a trauma response.
But you don't realise that you're giving your body away because I'm in control. You're not in control of anything. No. If you're just doing it because you think that you're in control.
You want to feel like you're giving it.
Yeah.
And instead of it being taken.
Take it. There you go. So anytime anyone tells me, oh, be sexy, don't tell me to be sexy. Or do this, don't tell me. If I want to do something, I'm doing it. Then obviously at one point, then the drugs came in. Like, you know, when you start to realise that something is a bit wrong. And I think that even with the label thing and me saying, you know what, I don't know what I'm doing here. And that's when I went to this little spiral
you have to get away.
Yeah. So I literally, there was a whole period that I was just getting high, drunk, just doing bare debauchery, but I enjoyed it.
Trying to...
I'm not gonna lie. When I look back on it now, if I hadn't gone through that, I would have been so. I would have been like, oh guys, you can go. My mum believed me. You can get over it. It's so easy to heal. Don't be silly. Because remember, not everyone has my mother.
No.
Not everyone has that same experience that I had.
It's interesting. I've not shared before actually.
Yeah, go on.
So
Go on. Talk.
So one of my uncles came over from America, hadn't been part of the family.
Yeah.
And like found him and brought him over sort of thing. And it wasn't full on, but it was everything leading.
Yes.
And I just knew that this didn't feel like this wasn't appropriate.
Yeah.
But at the same time I was scared. Do you know what I mean?
You don't know what's going on?
Yeah.
How old were you?
But early secondary school.
So what age is it? Because I'm
about 12. Yeah. And so he was trying to do inappropriate type stuff. No penetration or anything like that, but he was trying to show me sexual things.
Which you shouldn't have been doing.
No, like, but again, this is somebody that's family, but not really family because we don't know you.
Yeah.
Like, but we brought you into the house because you're family.
Yeah.
And I remember just coming out the room and I went and I told my nan. And I love that woman so much, you know, like miss her, R.I.P. my nanny. But she raised me in such a way that I knew that anything I tell her, she's gonna believe and listen.
Yes.
And she got him out of it.
God.
Like, same time. Like, same time he was out of there, she didn't care that it was her son that she ain't seen
It didn't.
in
And having
years,
anyone else
whatever.
feel exactly.
Out of there.
Exactly.
And she got him deported back to where he come from.
Yep.
And she washed her hands of him. Like,
Oh,
literally.
do you know how that? Oh, the emotion, because that's what it is. Because I think with black families, the shame, you don't want people to know.
shame
They
and
don't say nothing.
embarrassment.
And my mum was one of the people straight away.
Yeah.
But you know what was really sad though? Because obviously, because I told her when I was 4. No, it happened when I was 4. Told her when I was 11. Then somehow I end up being back around that family.
Oh my God.
But and to the point, even like when it blew up again, because I've not been around that whole situation for like 20 years now. But
I've never said that actually.
babe, listen, this is
It's your openness though.
No,
like,
but
I feel like I'm on your show sharing.
But we're on each other's show. Honestly, Trini, it's terrible. The melting pot. The melting pot's the same because it's about the ingredients that made us. Like everything, anything good, bad, has happened to us is the reason why we're here. Oh wow, no.
I love that and I think this is the lesson as well. Like parents, like you've got to listen to your kids.
You've got to listen to your kids.
And I know there's some mothers that think that your daughter's trying to take your man.
Yeah, and that's crazy to me.
Like, no, like watch the man.
But then maybe you have to think about, because I think even
what they've been through.
Yes, because even the guy that happened to me, I found out that their mum was sexually again. So when we told him, she's like, "My son would never this," defending him straight away because she was shamed into what happened to her. So when we're telling our things, and my mum's standing up for me, her mum didn't stand up for her like that. She had to. I think she ended up having a kid. That was like all these things I'm not going to talk about because I still loved. Besides that happening to me, that family was the most amazing family. This is nothing that hurts you because where I grew up with, that family was so amazing to me. Like they raised me. They're part of the reason why I'm who I am as well. My mum as well, but that family, a beautiful family. I love them to death. But that situation that happened, I can't pretend like it didn't happen because it did happen to me. So, but to the point where I actually forgave him. Because I'm in that place. Because this is what I understand with God, because I realised I don't think he even knew, because no one could. If your mum's not
Do you think he was troubled?
I don't know if he's troubled, but if your mum's going to react that way, not even say, because even if he's 15, innit? So he's a boy still. So once your mum should have a conversation with you.
Straight away.
But it was a thing of I'm lying as far as they're concerned, and what she did, and trying to blame everything else on everyone else. And that's when you go, that's what I thought. And the older I got, I started to realise there's nothing would have happened. Nothing can ever save that situation. If their own people are not taking accountability, why would anything I say to you now is going to change your thing? So, and I think even when it was brought up again recently, because someone in the family, they had some memories coming back and they wanted me to be there and stand up for them. And I said, of course I'll be there for you. So I addressed it again. And I ended up talking to the person. They left me this voice like, "You're a liar. I didn't do that to you." And I think to the point where I think he might have even forgotten what happened, because it's so much how people just brushed it under the carpet. No one spoke about it, but everyone knows it happened because when it happened at the time, everyone spoke about it. And I remember I'm 11. Why would I come out? I'm living in Germany. I'm nowhere having this conversation with people talking about.
Who's just gonna make this up?
Why would and the kind of kid that I was, as you can see with me, I'm quite a happy, joyful. I was never looking for attention. I'm not an attention-seeking person.
Don't need it.
So when it happened. And it's why, because as I said, when I talk about it like it's so blasé, and that's what I think sometimes why I don't try to talk about it, because I don't want people to think that I'm not respectful.
Like you're trivializing.
Yeah, trivial. I'm not respectful of anyone else's journey or whatever else, or how impactful that moment was for me, because it changed me for life. Like every time I think about it, that moment that happened to me, I know that my body started having feelings that I shouldn't have been having as a 4-year-old. I was having sexual feelings like that. Wanted everyone to kind of touch me in a certain way, and then even when I got older, I was still feeling that way. But then because once I told my mum, didn't realise how bad it was,
And how did that impact like your adult relationships?
Again, it's like, so I would, every time I realised that me using my sexuality as my control thing, I would then kind of remove myself from situations, kind of maybe sometimes even become like a celibate for a bit, you know what I mean? But then I'd meet someone and then, and usually what would always be a thing that would kind of get me into connect with people is my music. Someone would be like, "Oh, I really like your music." Because that for me is, that represents me. My music is, so if you like my music, it means you like me, like you get me. So I would always end up meeting people that would say something about my music or were interested in my journey. I'm like, oh wow. And by the end it would always turn out to be very, again, it was just they weren't really listening to anything I was saying.
They just wanted the opportunity to get in your space.
And there you go. And then after that started to realize again, oh wow, so this sexual thing, because then my way of rewarding that person would be me being sexual and giving them my sex, thinking, oh, this is how you let me give you, you see me, this is how I repay you. And then also now by the end of every relationship I would find myself then when it wasn't right, I would stop kind of caring. I'd sometimes be in my bed for like just marinating in nonsense, and then those people would still come and have sex with me. And that's when I thought, wow, this is
People
weird.
don't care, you
People
know.
don't care.
They just want to get what they want to
Yeah.
get.
And anyone, and that was in my last relationship, as I said, the most amazing person. Like he could see that, and he would never take advantage of that. I'd be able to be secure with him, and he'd know, and he'd look, and he would never make me. And I remember I told him certain things, and I'm like, wow, that's the reason why I have so much respect for the.
You got them.
Yeah, because I was the same with him, because I could see when he was not in a place of security,
You
like
could
he felt
read it.
vulnerable.
Yeah.
And right now, you just need me to be here to see you as the person that you are without it being that. So and I'm so open. Anyone asks me anything, I'm so open about it. But I know that not everybody is ready to receive it and understand it.
I feel like this particular topic, I think, especially in our community, it has to be spoken
It has
about,
to be spoken about.
because it is normally those that are close to you, like
It
the
is.
places that are supposed to be safe spaces. That those are where these things are transpiring. And I think probably the message to like parents and that, look at your children, look at their behaviours, see if they've changed, have they got quiet, you know, like my kids are probably sick and tired of me.
Are you okay?
Did anyone touch you?
You know it's not.
Don't let them take you in a room.
Yeah.
Like,
And don't let them tell, because that's another thing. Because I think he must have said to me something. He must have said to me, obviously, when I think about it, don't say nothing. Because clearly, why? Because usually I should be, well, because this is before I moved to Germany. So it was a thing of, he must probably said, don't say nothing to anyone. Because my mum, when I got to be, I think that's why I told my mum, because once I got to live with my mum was one of them straightforward, say it. She doesn't mince her words
as it
kind
is.
of person. She sees something wrong, she doesn't care if you don't talk to her again, she'll call it out. Whereas everyone before that was this whole hush, don't say nothing, just in case it's embarrassing the family.
Shame and all this. Yeah, my
care?
nanny was very much the same. Like, sometimes I used to think, oh my God, someone's going to do something to her. Someone is definitely going to do something to you, nanny. You can't just say what you want to say.
And they would try.
They'll never. That's what she's going to say. Let them try.
That's what my mum was like. Let them. And my mum's
I'm like, nanny, please, nanny.
No,
like,
you need them. She sounds, that's what.
She was so out there. Like,
love
everyone know, if you know my nanny had zero tolerance
for nonsense.
She was always for what's right, and she would defend it to the end.
Yeah.
Like,
same here.
Yeah, and I have that in me.
Yeah, we have.
It's not always on display,
and it doesn't need to be.
It doesn't always have to be on display.
It's only because when people poke you, it will come out.
You can't.
Listen, the other day, that person, I had to switch. I swear, I'm not. For you to get
me that Terri Walker neo soul,
babe, I'm happy joined. I'm like, rainbows and fairies and unicorns. That's me. I'm like, everyone love each other. But you get me to that point, I see red. And even my mum the other day, because she was there when it happened, she's like, what? Like, so at one point I thought, if I go, I'm going to worry about you because you're so nice and I always want to give everyone a... Because no, I see, you're like, I am you, mum. But like, when you push me...
Yeah. It takes a long time, though.
So that shows you, like, wow, like, you really are someone that doesn't get it. Because like, that's done. You're done now.
Yeah.
But, and my mum was a little tiny tit, something, you know. My mum, listen, she come like, is it David and Goliath? Like, she's literally that.
Yes, mummy.
No, don't mess with my mum,
Love
you know.
mummy.
But obviously, the older she's getting, they get a bit more worried because they're getting older and stuff. So, and I don't ever want her to feel like, she's not protected, but no, like, but I love it. I love the fact that she got to see, like, Mum, you raised me the right way, but never hiding, but never lying to me. Like, God, you put on, why you ever put on an outfit? It's too tight. Why? It's embarrassing me. Like, I love it because I think it's funny. Like, why you here? Oh my God, why? Jesus. And then she's like, she goes, oh God, why you never ironed it? Oh God. But I love that because my mum doesn't care.
Yeah.
But when I make an effort, she's like, oh my God, Dave, that's how you're supposed to look. This is what I'm talking about. So you know, they love me.
You did well.
Yeah, you did well. But when you don't,
you didn't do well.
Why, Chanel, why? Why you have an embarrassment? Like, why? You don't care about me? And the thing is, my mum doesn't even talk like that.
Care about me.
You don't care about me. You don't care about me. You don't love me. But the thing is, she doesn't even talk like that. I always put this accent because why are you always taking that? I don't talk like that. I was like, no, she doesn't. I just add an extra spice.
Yeah, little spice. You have to remix it a little bit, season it up a little bit.
If there was a show, that would be her character. But she's like, and even just before I left here, because we bought a house together, so but we turned into 2 flats. So I'm upstairs, she's downstairs.
I love that.
Because when I obviously got my deal and stuff, I bought a place. She goes, why don't you just buy a place? Because I know you're going to be travelling everywhere, so I can look after the bits when you're not there.
I love that.
So I see her every morning, and because when she was growing up, she didn't have that much love from her, her mum and stuff. So when we first started out, she was never really someone that would give me hugs and tell me like, I love you. Every morning I'd hug her, I can like, Mum, love you, Mum, kiss her up, and she'd be like, oh, she loves it. So, and I'm glad that I've got to give her understanding of herself and obviously what she didn't get when she was growing up. She gave everything she's given me. It's everything that she didn't get to have, you know. So
Love that though.
I know
That's the lesson learning,
that's the
isn't it?
lesson. And I see her and I look at her and I think, especially recently when she's just out and she's going out with her friends and she's like, Mum, you get it. Like, go out, go enjoy yourself, man, because you earned this.
Have to.
You earned this.
How was your mum in your career? Was she momager? Was she involved?
Listen, again, she didn't know that I could sing that way. And she didn't, she's like, oh, this picture, I don't know how she's going to do this. I mean, and then obviously when she saw me the first time she saw me performing and she saw the impact and the way I performed, she's like, you can do this. So at first she used to be like my accountant, she helped out with things. But when she started seeing
This one, yeah.
when she started seeing the industry, she just thinks, oh, they did. You said, Mum, they never did me no wrong. I didn't know what I was doing. So now, like, she was the most amazing. She was at everything. She supported everything. She got to meet all the people that she was fans of. Like, they're for like Omar and kind of people. Like, oh, I know them. I'm introducing her to them. She's like, oh, you're working with other people that I like. So, you know, it was amazing for her. But now she's not interested. Like my sister as well. They were all there from the beginning, right to everything. But it got to a point when they saw the industry, but then I understood the industry. So I think the industry for me has been amazing because they've been very respectful and protective. The people that want to be in the industry that don't know nothing are the ones that have been disrespectful. Not the industry. It's the people that think they know and they don't know shit. That are the ones that. This is the reason why I'm still here. I'm here because of people like yourself. I'm here because of people like Children of Zeus and this girl's group called Melonic. This girl called Vasaka Exhibit, who's I'm in Ecstasy Sounds, CJ, and I'm doing things like, you know, Kelly. Because even before me and Kelly became close, like, there was a phone call I had with her, because there was a really weird moment where the internet, like...
they were trying to pit you against each other.
No, social media was doing this thing where I'm saying something and I could see people literally just ignoring me, but talking to everyone else around me, but ignoring me.
Oh.
And there's a point where, and something happened with Kelly, and I called her, I said, Kelly, just check it, I'll be okay. And she was on the phone, and she's like, you know what? It's mad you said, because literally just an hour before, I was crying my eyes out about something to do with someone making me feel a certain way. And then we started talking, and then it was like, wow. Because me and Kelly are very straight, black and white. Like, it's what you see is what you get with us, isn't it? So, but we were both in a situation of around a bunch of people that were doing that weird gaslighting,
Manipulative.
Is it narcissistic? No,
Manipulative.
Manipulative. I can never say that. And even they would always throw that word narcissist around and egotistical. And I remember I'm the person that if I'm that person, I'll own my stuff. But
like, that's me.
I did that.
Yeah,
I'm condescending. Sometimes I don't listen. I don't let you speak. I talk over you. I do, but I realise I only do that with people that I don't respect. I know that's one thing I've started to notice about myself. If when I respect you, I will listen and I will come through to you. But I realise if someone doesn't respect me, I find myself. It's like a automatic switch where I can't help it. So when those people did that to me, and I was trying to humble myself around the wrong people, that's the thing that then made me again go kind of recluse and kind of go into myself and start doing a bunch of nonsense. And they would be calling me behind closed doors, saying things to me that I knew weren't true. But then when I asked my if what they're saying is true,
they're gaslighting.
Yeah, they're gaslighting me. But they wouldn't believe that I would ask my people, because I would ask, like, even when I first took drugs, I said, Mum, I've taken drugs just so you know if anything happens to me. I'm not one of those kids where my daughter don't do them things. Yes, no, I don't believe it. My daughter would never do that. Yes, Mum, I probably did do it. So
you know, I did it.
So you know who your daughter is. So that's why no matter anything people try to come and say, oh, your daughter. You can't, because my mum already knows who I am. So
I love that.
And that's what it is. And I think that's what happened to me. Throughout the whole of until now, 2024, the end of it, that chapter is done now. No one can come around me anymore with that fake pretending that I care like thing. It doesn't happen with me anymore. It's over. I love that. It's over for you, sorry.
I think that was my 2022.
Really?
Yeah, I just like
you saw
whittled
it
out. Yeah. Like we'll speak off camera, and that was part of the time when me and Lisa reconnected, like really tight. And I just filtered people out.
You have to.
Like, because I just don't have the energy to entertain it. I think there was a time that I'd be like, okay, let me just still try and...
Yeah, maybe it's me, maybe I'm being harsh, maybe I'm being too...
No. No. If you've got that feeling, I believe your intuition is God.
Yeah, 100%.
And if you decide that you want to go against that, then so be it.
Yeah, for your business, that's
for your business, that's
that.
And whatever comes.
You have to deal with it. This is what I'm like. So when those things happen, I deal with the consequences. Because I knew, God told me, but I was like, no, let me do it anyway. So whatever happens, but this is what the thing, people that don't know us, they think that I got them now. No, you don't. Because God already told me. So I'm taking God's punishment. I get it. You were the punishment. I get it. I'm good.
I knew God told me you weren't good for me. And I still did it
I still
anyway,
did it
so
anyway.
I'm just going to take the consequences.
Take the consequences.
Yeah.
And after that, we get even stronger and even better. And when you see them people
Grows
out,
you.
they try to, and I'm like, you know, if you come to, that's on your own risk, innit? You
Dead
wanna,
to me.
because
It's
like
dead.
certain, because like, as Vic said before, she goes, what she said, I'm on violence, and I get her when she says with certain people, I'm on violence because you knew what you did, and I know you know what you did. So if you're coming here now, you're gonna get what you deserve. So if you wanna, you're gonna get what you
The
deserve.
door's there.
You know, but this is what I don't. If people invite me to certain things, I'm like, who's coming? Who's there?
Look.
I don't need to be there because if they try to talk to me in any kind of shape, I'm just I can't tell you what's gonna happen. I'm just letting you know.
I'm not responsible.
When people, but maybe you still haven't healed. No, it's nothing to do that I haven't healed. I know myself. I know that I don't need to be there. I don't need to be around this.
And that was one of my lessons for 2024. I said that just because you're invited doesn't mean you need
there
to
you
attend.
go. But some people, because an opportunity. No, what's
No.
I love
Just
myself.
No.
No.
You don't have to attend.
You don't have to attend. You don't have to. But that's what I was saying. For me, 2025 started so good because even as I said, when I saw Leon Spray on ZZ Mill's show, I feel like this is
amazing.
It's a big deal because they really tried to, and that to me, that means we're moving forward. We're moving towards the right direction now.
Just have to focus on your thing and just do it well.
Do it well.
Do it consistently.
Yep.
And you'll make the way.
You make the way. And anyone that comes to you after, as long as they come correct, and we're having a real conversation, not because you know right now, I can see you're about to go somewhere. I need to make sure. No, if you're gonna come over here, just know that I know who you are, and if you're gonna have the conversation, are we really moving forward? Are we really trying to bridge this gap, or are you just thinking that you know, but you don't? Because no.
We just draw a line.
You just draw a line from here, because it's cool. We can be in the same room as long as you know that. Stay over there from here.
This is my corner.
Yeah,
that's your
we're
corner.
Good. But don't do that other stuff because I'm 40, I'm 45. In 4 years time, well coming up
good,
here,
Terri.
I'm gonna be 50. So, and the thing is, I love being this age. I love it because I'm like, I love it.
I was saying on one of the RTM episodes that I feel like it's only now that I know myself.
Really?
Like I feel like in my 20s I was just doing stuff for just doing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want to do music? Oh, you want to do that? Just doing stuff.
Yeah.
And not knowing like what the end outcome that I desire or anything. I didn't know myself, even like as a woman. Definitely didn't know myself as a woman.
Yeah.
And even like just talking about some of the things we spoke about earlier, I feel like that's impacted me a lot in terms of how I interact with people. So I'm quite guarded. I'm quite keep off. Don't touch me. Don't do anything.
But rightly so. That's good.
But in my 40s, I actually know who I am. I know what I want to do. I'm not procrastinating. I've got little things, but I'm working on them.
Come on, but at least you own it. Yes.
Own it. And I just still go. I still go through it. Just do it now. I'm on a just do it. Yeah. Anything that I want to do, I'm just doing it. Yeah. And you can come with me. Are you just
you don't?
Yeah. You don't.
And when you think about it, probably when you realise you've probably always been that person, but because you've ended up having people sometimes, because we attract our light sometimes. I'm not saying that we are this thing, but like we attract a lot of people that we don't realise it's good or bad because
it's the moths.
Because we don't think, because we don't think. I don't think as the way certain people think. So when you come to me, I'm not thinking that whatever you're thinking.
Yeah.
So when they do this thing, because then you start thinking, oh, maybe I'm a bit of a procrastinator, but you're not though, because you used to be a dancer, you used to be a singer. You said when you used to be in a group, you guys used to write things back and forth.
Yeah.
Then you got jaded, and that's the reason why you stopped, but not because you weren't focused on it.
It's true. No, you're
if
right.
you was around the right people, you would have been that.
I did so much in that space.
Yes.
Yeah.
And look at you now. Like right now, this is amazing.
Yeah. And I definitely think my journey is where it needs to be.
Yes.
I feel like this is definitely my calling.
I
loved writing songs. I found one of my lyric books the other day.
Oh really?
Oh my gosh.
I can't wait to hear this stuff.
I'm going to have to screenshot a page for you one day and send you. And I'm like, rah, what was I writing sometimes? What was I writing?
Is it serious?
Yeah, like I'm a love person, everything's love for me.
Same here.
Everything's love.
Same here. But that's what shines through with you, though. The love. It's not the bad man.
It's because always love.
Because even like, when I obviously saw that you was doing it RTM, and obviously just the way you stand next to them, it's like it's such a nice contrast because they're only getting to hear you. It's like wow, this is powerful.
It's different. I haven't really spoke about it too much, but I feel like you're interviewing me.
Yes, I am. We're interviewing each other.
On RTM, I went on there not knowing Spray.
And that's crazy to me.
I didn't know Spray. The first time I proper met Spray and had a conversation, because I met him briefly when I came to the show with 10 Gears.
Okay.
And then he called me and asked me to come to the show. He said, oh, I want you to cover maternity, whatever, whatever. And I was like, no, this can't work because the job that I got and blah, 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 they're going to get me out of here. Like, I'm like, I can't, you know. And then Kelly, big up Kelly upstage. Kelly was like, no, you should go, at least go and see. And I spoke to Judge, big up Judge of Souls, and just go and have a look and go see. And I came down and I had no intention of recording that day. And then the guests started talking about death and more death, and like, Spray was like, Trina, I need you. Like, it's 5 minutes in, I need some, like, I don't have empathy. Like, can you? So I came on and like, we've developed a friendship. Yeah, we developed a friendship, and it's an odd friendship, but it's a cool friendship at the same time.
It's a real friendship.
And I respect him because he put me on the platform that monthly it's 2.2 million.
Mad thing.
A month.
Mad thing.
Like, and I will not ever forget that he gave me that opportunity. Yes, I was doing my talk show. I only had about 500 and odd 500 followers. Yeah, maybe just under 6. Yeah, and I've got over 3,000 now. Yeah. And I know that's partly to the RTM family. So shout them out all the time. But I'm really grateful for that. But I didn't know him. Yeah. Like he could have chose anybody.
And that again, it's amazing.
Anybody. But he saw what I was doing.
Love that.
One up. I was a solo person, recording everything myself.
Yeah.
Lighting, I did that myself. Editing, I did that myself.
Love that.
Like putting the music in, doing the audio, did it all myself.
Wow.
I've gone up a set now.
Yeah, this is serious.
We've got a nice set.
I feel like I'm in Hollywood right now. What do you mean?
We big up Myriad Studio, Jay, Elmo, and I've got a team.
Yeah.
And it feels good.
And babe, and
you see, I could just come and sit down and just put the mic on and just leave that.
Remember, you did the work though. This is God saying you did the work.
You know.
And the fact that you listened to him and you followed you trusted it, didn't you? In the end, so
trust the process.
Trust the process. I just always say, keep trusting the process. The purpose of trust. Keep trusting the process of your purpose. I say this all the time.
It's so important. So
yes,
back to you.
Yes.
So you've done your albums.
Yeah.
You've gone through a challenging time. You've come out of the challenging time.
Yeah.
And now you're doing radio.
Yeah. And the radio thing happened again. Because I think, was it just before? Because I've done both my radio show and my night at Bricks and Chip Shop. It's coming into its 5th year now. But I remember me doing the radio show. What the first one was? No, because the first Soho Radio, I must have done an anniversary for a jazz cafe, and I met the guy that owned Soho Radio. He was like, oh my God, I'd love you to come and do a show, one of the things to see what you can do. So my first show that I did, I was playing all my own music. Literally, I was like, played one song and then I played my own music. Like, this is a song that I did. And I remember, because I've got so much music, I could go on for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
So to the point, he gave it his people, it's a nice show, but you play a lot of your own music. I don't know, because I think you should switch it up a bit. And then I thought to myself, okay, so maybe this is the thing that I need to realise now. Okay, maybe I could change it to something where I can tell people the reason why I do music. So let me invite people that have inspired me to become the person that I am and ask them how they became who they are. So that's why since I've had Jules Holland on, I've had Omar, I've had Goldie, I've had Kelly, I've had Deneo, I've had all these people in my life that I've worked with, or my best friends have been on there. My mum's hopefully going to be there. You're going to be on there at some point. I've had Lisa on there.
Yeah.
And sometimes even people that I might have just met once, but there was a connection. Or there's something that, because I remember me and Lisa, say I put that picture up of us that were there in the front cover of the thing. Like, we've met each other throughout the years, but there was something I always have when I see her. I just love her because I just think she is literally leading by example, like
100%.
And sometimes people like her and Kelly don't understand how much they lead by example because no one's sometimes necessarily giving them the flowers that they deserve. So when I have these people on, it's not about me. Like, and I think if I'll be honest with you, my love story is the first album that I've actually wanted to make, that I've actually purposely made. Everything else happened because someone pissed me off. I said, I've got to keep it moving. One song happened, it turned into an album, turned into an EP.
How long did it take for My Love Story to be made?
Listen, the actual recording process and everything, maybe like a week, less than a week. But then everything, it's just finding the team and then putting it out and all of that, really. So, and My Love Story, since I put it out, because obviously I made it in around lockdown, actually. So, when did I say? Oh, 1 second. yeah, so that was just maybe just a bit shortly after starting all my melting pot nights and stuff like that. But my love story, literally, again, the moment I wrote, don't waste your time, because I don't really care about your life. Can't change my mind, because I follow what I feel inside. I love me more, you feel unsure, we can't ignore. I don't care, I'm wasting no more time. When I wrote those, and it kept coming into my head, the melody, the music, and I was like, yo, I'm ready to do this right now. Because I've never wanted to be the boss, the leader.
Yeah.
I'm my own leader. When I don't want to do something, I ain't doing it. You can't tell me nothing. So once you put yourself in that position, you have to be responsible. So
You write from lived experience.
all the time now.
I could hear it.
But I didn't realise that I did. I didn't realise that even with my Loveful song that I got signed, I was signed with, I said, it seems lately you think you got it going on and your don't stink. But let me tell you something. And it was come from a relationship with someone that thought they knew me and they didn't know me. And that's the song that ended up getting me signed. My second album was sick and tired of going through the motions. You never seem to know what, but you can. Then the fourth album was what? How can you be mad when you've been stalling and I've been waiting on you? Every single album that I've started starts off with a song of me saying, "You don't know me. Stop taking the piss out of my life because I'm showing you right now who I am." And then all those albums end up becoming albums.
Yeah.
But this last one was one that I said, you know what? I want to make this album. And there's only 7 songs on the album purposely. Like, the album should have more songs on it. I've said everything I need to say in every single song.
That's it.
Finally Over You, I'm Not the One, I Remember, Fearless, Rhythm of Change, Do What You Need to Do. The third one was You're Not Coming Home, what's it called? Not Coming Home With Me Tonight. And the last one was Surrender. And and every single
Even the titles of it sound like a journey.
It is a journey. And I think it's
the love story.
My love story. And the thing is, what I realised with that album is like, no one, it doesn't matter how long it took, because I put it out 2 years ago on my own label, Wings of a Hummingbird, which goes through via Believe Digital. And even when I got the distribution deal, I said to them, he's like, we can't give you no money for it, because right now I said, don't worry about the money.
It's fine, I just want to.
Spotify, like, I don't care about all that. I just want to know. Yeah, he's like, cool. They've been amazing. So when I put it out, it's like, because remember when we started out, we didn't know what people looked like. We didn't know about charts and who liked it and who influenced it. We just like when we heard Pastor Daddy, like we had them certain songs we heard them, we liked them.
I don't even know what musical youth look like.
Do you know what I'm saying? I didn't
even know their name.
I didn't know their name.
Yeah,
I didn't care. And so when I think about the way we are now, like you put a song out in a week, I didn't get enough hits, so we got to do another album. Where's the more music? But you haven't even heard what I've done before. So stop asking me about more music when you haven't even heard what I've done. Oh, you should have been bigger. I've done so much stuff. Do you know
what I've done?
I've sold out Jazz Cafe so many times. I've had my own stage at Glastonbury. I've done all the things that you haven't, that you want.
It's because they don't know.
They don't know. But I'm like, I can't. Then afterward, I kept trying to explain stuff to people, which would then make me look like I'm something, like I don't know who I am. So I stopped doing that.
And I find like
it's mad.
There's no point explaining to people that don't want to understand.
They don't want to. They're not hearing you.
They're not trying to understand.
So they think that you're just explaining yourself because you're trying to like. I'm not explaining myself to you because I want you to believe me. I know, but I didn't even think. You know what? Am I an idiot? Why am I still talking? Why am I still talking?
Why am I still here?
Why am I still here? But I realised it's something that I had to, because I think it was a thing of where I believe that you have to earn respect. I believe so. I'm someone that if I know that I haven't got there myself yet, I do try to. I humble myself because I know I haven't earned that right for me to say, yo, you should know who the fuck. But right now, I know I've earned it. So if I do have a conversation with someone and I decide to explain myself, it's only because
you need to know.
Yeah. I want you to know. But when I started to realise after a few months, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to stop going on about it. Because I said, I only explain myself to people that I respect or that I care about or that I think maybe don't know. But I realised even me explaining it, you have to see it for yourself. You have to experience it for yourself. So like for me, I don't care who likes my music, who doesn't like my music. I care about the people that do. So, and for instance, do you know who Salam Remy is?
Excuse me?
I speak to him that's my mate. I speak to him every morning.
Salam Remy, Fugees.
Of course you know Salam Remy.
Come on. I was from the time of you get the CD.
Yes.
You take out the inside. And you open it up and you read to find out who the producer is, who are they thanking. So I definitely know Salam Remy. Don't know him, but I know him.
But you know what's so mad too? Because I was the opposite of that. So I just heard it, loved it. I wouldn't know who did anything. So
honestly.
I remember there was when me and my mum lived in Germany, right? There was a song by Fugees. I wear my sunglasses on to spy on my Mona Lisa. Can I get a date and find it? So me and my mum heard it, and we wasn't. So I must have been about 6, 7, whatever age I was. And we heard it, and the next day we're like, "Yo, we got to get this record. We can't wait to hit this record." We go to the music store, buy the album, but it's on it was on the Translator Crew album, which is their first album.
Right.
But it was the original version of Nappy Heads was on there. which was a load of rubbish. The first album was so awful.
wasn't
it was
good.
so
It wasn't-
bad.
it wasn't put together well.
So bad. And me and my mum were like, what the hell is this nonsense? What is this shit? We were like, no, we were so mad. But then we found out it was a remix. So like, so we got the remix, we got it now. But so then years after, obviously, I'm doing stuff, I've been signed, doing whatever. So when I met Salam after, I didn't want to be Terri Walker, and was like, fuck Terri Walker, she got one other word, but I was like, because I was
You're like, I'm Chanel.
Yeah, fuck everybody, I hate everyone. But I got introduced to him at Nathan. Nathan had a party actually, and I got
Starboy Nathan.
Yeah, Starboy Nathan, and my friend Desi G actually introduced me to Salam. I was like, oh, Salam, you need to meet Terri. And then he was like, oh, she's got a vibe. So, and I met him, and after like we ended up doing this project called the Champagne Flutes, which is end up being on Sex and the City and all those kind of things.
You worked with Nicole Ray.
Yes.
Now, there was this song that she had, yeah, and no one don't seem to remember it, yeah. But it was a Missy Elliott song, not 5 minutes. It was a different one. What you been giving me? I love the can't remember the chorus, and I'm not trying to sing it because the singer is
I know
here. You don't take your love away. I can't see you without me. I loved that song. I had that song on repeat. I was a Nicole Ray fan because she's connected to Missy. Missy's connected to Devontae. Devontae was
he's your husband.
It's my man from Jodeci.
Oh my God.
In case you lot didn't know, Devontae's my husband.
Everyone's loving his
He's my good husband.
I have a good one.
Yeah, my good husband. Yeah, so you worked with Nicole Ray. You did a collaborative album, Lady. Mm-hmm. How did that even come about, Terri?
Listen, that whole situation, and it's like everybody loves Nicole Ray. When you meet Nicole Ray, like she's one of the most beautiful, naturally black women, just women in general. But when she writes, when she sings, like singing next to her leveled me up 150 million %. Like she's amazing. So what happened is I was supposed to do a publishing situation with Estelle in New York.
Estelle.
Yeah, because before
shout out to Estelle.
Yeah, big up Estelle.
You were going to say before something, Estelle. No, all right.
Publishing situation. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then, but it didn't transpire. So I was in New York. And then my friend, the one that introduced me to Mos Def in the first place, he was in New York. He's like, yo, Dame Dash and Mos, they're doing.
I love Dame Dash. I love Dame.
I love that man, you know.
I love Dame Dash.
I love that man because he's one of the realest. Listen.
Honestly, I met him briefly when I was around Bronze and Black and SAS Euro Gang time.
Oh yes, come on.
I just.
So you know what's his name as well? Hayes.
Hayes, Tots, all of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Euro Gang.
Yes. Yeah. Nicole used to date SAS and Mayhem.
Mayhem.
Yeah.
Are you Mayhem?
Yeah, you didn't know that.
All right,
Mayhem. No, to expose people's business, but they stayed. Then when I met her, she was like, yeah, I know girls from London. I dated Mayhem. But so obviously,
Dave's a nice looking man.
Yeah, they both are.
We were on Rapology together. Oh. I did Rapology before Nathan. I did it with Royston. When Royston won, that year I was in that.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to look up. Is there stuff online?
No, because it's before.
Before, like,
yeah, I remember I'm all known.
No, you're not always stuff up.
Anyway.
You don't look it.
Thank you. Blessings. Likewise.
Come on.
So, publishing, Estelle.
Estelle. Then they didn't end up happening. So then, so Dame was doing this project with Mos, and it was in Tribeca, literally in the heart of, like, you know how we would say Oxford Street would be for us. And then like he had this art gallery in the middle of like Manhattan, and he would do shows and people would be in the studio, and he was making this amazing project with Dame. So they were like, oh, come through and maybe kind of write some hooks. So I ended up coming through, started writing a few hooks. I remember meeting Dame, and Dame was like, hi, took my hand, he like kissed my hand, he was like, hi, nice to meet you. It was so nice. And then obviously afterward, that's when I went for my little phase where I ended up being there for 3 years. And this is what I'm saying, this is what happened.
In New York?
Yeah, I ended up staying in New York for 3 years. The same thing what happened when I did my first album, when I ended up staying for a month. So I ended up being there, the first few songs, and have you heard of Currency?
No.
Rap-up. Like, you know, you obviously know Wiz Khalifa and all that. And,
yes.
So it's all of that.
He spells it with with the symbol, like a...
C-U-R-I, and then the Currency.
Yes,
that's Currency.
Yeah.
So I was there when they did Pilot Talk 1, 2, and 3. But then I met all these, like, he would have shows, like, he would just decide, we're going to do a show today. Raekwon would be there. Floyd Mayweather would come turn up.
I just want to say I love Raekwon, sorry.
Yeah. Like
I love Ghostface Killer.
All those people would just come through, and Dame it was a like I witnessed something incredible. The way that people had so much respect for that man.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, him then also being Dame and not people that understand being able to handle his brutal honesty.
Honesty.
And
but you need that.
yeah, because the thing is, the people that were in it, we loved it, but then the people that didn't get it, he would talk to them in a way sometimes, so which would put people off that. But they might have come with currency, but you can't talk to currency's people that way, innit? You can't, you love currency, we can't. But then at the same time, people have to also respect that you're bringing these people into his domain,
his space. Yeah.
And as much as you want to say anything, Dame Dash does have a certain kind of co-sign for you. If you come there and if you say you think you're dope, it's a big deal.
You're really dope.
The same way if Jay-Z thinks you're dope.
Yeah.
It's like they both have the thing, but the problem with obviously with Dame at the time was that he was building it again and he was doing it outside, literally with no help. So we would do a show and it would be packed out like crazy, like literally within a second. Because once Dame said we're doing a show, we're doing a show.
That's it.
So but Nicole was there as well. So Nicole was doing her project, and then me and Ski, we would be in the studio. Me and Ski Beats, who produced Reasonable Doubt for Jay-Z. He did This Is It. What? Latrine pouring from the sky. Let's get rich. What? He produced all those records. I ended up being out there with him for a while, and then I was then working with this group called Truth and Soul. Whilst I was there in the studio with them, and then I ended up going to not Tribeca, Williamsburg. I travelled there and worked with these other group of guys, which were called Truth and Soul, who produced "I Need a Dollar, 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 What I Need."
Yeah. Big song.
Yeah, big song.
Yeah.
I love that. And this is after me working with Salam. This is after me having a major record deal. Again, I'm one of the people that I like to go back to. I like to start again from scratch. And when I'm going to be an artist and be a creative, I'm not afraid to learn. I'm not afraid to listen and hear, especially if it's people that have done it bigger and better than me. So I've done that project, but then Dame was like, "Yo, we really like those guys, Truth and Soul. Can Nicole come to one of the sessions?"
Oh wow!
I was like, "Of course she can come to one of my sessions. Come on, she can come to the session." And then that ended up being a. Then there's another girl called Mackenzie Eddy, who Dame was dating at the time, and he wanted her to come. So the group lady was initially meant to be a free girl group.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a white girl, blonde girl. She was lovely. She was from like I think where she was from. She was from Houston. No, Charleston. You know, kind of
country.
Yeah, countryside in the States. And then obviously there was Nicole and it was me. But because no one knew about my history in the States, they didn't understand when I'm saying I'm going to do something. I know where it's going to go, innit? So we did a lady project, and we wrote some of these songs. Like I remember writing the first song, "Tell the Truth," is the song that we really knew that this is something special. Then Nicole wrote songs like "Money." Then I wrote this song called "Karma." But then the other songs we write together. So and then we end up doing that project, and we end up finishing that record. And the Rolling Stone, like we got like a what's the Rolling Stone, and there's another really big thing that people always go to for reviews. I forgot what it's called.
Vibe Source. No. Billboard.
No, but no, I forgot. I'm so rubbish with this thing. But the Rolling Stone, they gave us a really great review. Every show that we did, we sold out every single show. When the lady album came out, we came to England. Everyone was talking about it, and everyone was talking about our connection between me and her.
Yeah.
But what happened is because they didn't understand and know my history, they wanted to sign us exclusively. Yeah. But they were trying to sign us for like $5,000, which by the time you convert that is like £1,000 each.
Yeah. And
obviously Salam, so I didn't even show it to a lawyer, so it to Salam.
And he was like, absolutely not. That. Yeah.
And I was like, of course.
I like that.
But I also said to everyone, I'm still, much as this is a project to me. I'm still
Terri.
I'm still, like, guess what you're doing with RTM, you're still doing your thing.
Yeah.
But honestly, because I said that, they tried to literally oust me. They literally cut me out of the situation like I didn't exist.
Oh, wow.
And then, but what happened, it backfired because everyone was like,
we wanted that.
What happened to Terri Walker?
Yeah.
So every interview she's doing now, it's like, and it's not even Nicole's fault so much.
Yeah.
Because she didn't understand when I'm saying to Nicole behind the scenes, like, Nicole, like, I'm here for you, Yeah. She's still getting to know me, so she doesn't understand. She thought you're thinking, oh, I'm just out here just talking.
Yeah.
She obviously realizes it now because I know she knows. We don't even need to have the conversation. But so they literally tried to cut me out of the situation. But I'm still on the publishing, so I'll still get the money.
We'll take the pubs.
Yeah, which is fine because I wrote the song. So but so Lady, that's how the Lady. So we literally there's us performing. We sold out every show in Europe, every show in the States. But then we came to England, and that's how I knew when things went weird because we did end up doing the show in Jazz Cafe as part of some other night with some people, and I'm like, we could have sold out Jazz Cafe by ourselves.
Yeah.
And if you just listened to me,
they didn't know,
and spoke to the people that I spoke to, this would have happened. But they literally really tried to kind of,
because you sell out it by yourself.
Well, but the thing is, after that, I haven't been able to get booked since that whole Lady thing. I've not been getting arrested. This is why I've been intentionally posting and writing the way that I write because I want people to understand I'm not here for this. I'm here to let you know. Don't ever let these people make you feel like you don't exist and that you're not part, that you're important. Yeah, since that whole lady thing, all of a sudden promoters haven't been booking me. Jazz Cafe doesn't even follow me anymore. When I used to be able, yeah, it's mad. But I'm not mad at that because I get it. Because I mean, because the reason why I say again, I take accountability for me feeling my gut but going against it. So you've got to deal with the consequences of you knew something wasn't right, but you still
did it
stayed
anyway.
there and you allowed it to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at anyone that thought that they were, because I was allowing it to happen. But obviously then after a while I got over it now.
Yeah.
Now I'm in a place of my love story. I'm doing it on my own terms. Doesn't didn't matter how long it takes for you to get it, but I know you're gonna get it. Hence why I'm sitting here talking to you right now. I wouldn't be sitting here talking.
Beautiful.
I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you if it wasn't for me saying, I paid my dues now.
Yeah, and I'm ready
to do it now.
Yeah.
So that's how the Lady Project, like Lady Project is an amazing project. And me and Nicole, like I love that woman so much especially because she doesn't understand how big of a deal it was for me to stand next to her singing.
Yeah.
And then now she always calls me Cleopatra because like you Cleopatra girl, like you be saving us, you'll be rescuing us from situations. I'm like, no man, but you rescued me as well, like because I remember she doesn't understand how big she was. Just besides Missy, she doesn't understand that Nicole Ray,
Nicole Ray.
Why you all in my grill? And I got what? And even though she look how beautiful she is, like babe, naturally, no makeup, nothing. Nicole Ray is the truth, like everything about her.
She had the 5-minute song. Oh my gosh.
She had everything about her.
Come on, man.
So when you meet her again, when you get to, we're gonna meet her for me.
Hot Boys as well. Off.
She's so.
Nicole, man.
I know.
Much love to Nicole.
No, Nicole, I love you so much. We call her Coco. Coco, you're the best. And we're gonna hopefully do some more stuff. Because remember the other day I did Across the Tracks. Was it Across the Tracks I did? Oh yeah, it was Across the Tracks. And she was headlining.
Oh wow.
And then I headlined like I'm on a smaller stage. People like, but why you should be honest? I'm like, no, everything's happening as it's meant because I'm back in this country. She's headlining her stuff because of the Lady stuff now, not because of just Nicole Ray. Because that Lady album, she became her own artist now.
That's beautiful.
And I'm glad that I was part of that journey.
Yeah.
And it's mad to me when people that know that will act like it wasn't that. And that's the reason why I don't come at my house for no reason. I come at my house when it's the right reason. So when you ask me to come on and you've done your research, I'm not going to come up to someone that knows what's happened, but then pretend like, oh, so what's going on with you then?
No.
You know why I'm not there. You know why I don't come to certain things. And you know why I shouldn't be at those things. Because if I do, I'm allowing you to think that it's okay. It's not okay.
Yeah, it's not. Go to places where you're respected.
You're respected and you're heard. Because I listen to everyone around me. I listen to everyone. I hate when you talk to me, I listen to what you're saying. I'm not just going to then start saying stuff to you because I know why you've invited me, or I know why you're here. You know, so
it's got to be right as well.
It's got to be
like
right.
People say stuff, but it's not really what you mean.
It's not really what you mean because you can see it because your actions are not going along with what you're saying.
They don't mirror. They're not aligning.
And then you get surprised when people take you for idiot, and then you want me to, and then sometimes I'm Captain Save Her all the time. I'm done being Captain Save Her, you know.
Stop saving them.
I'm done because I see some of these people do things because I don't know both sides of the story because I love you.
Yeah.
I'm just listening to your side of the story. So I'm there to say, did you realise after 1 second, you caused this? This is the reason why you're here.
You were the problem.
And now I look like the idiot because I'm trying to help you, not realising
that you were the problem.
And because I've been loyal to you, and then they stop talking to you after the fuck with that they done. You're like, you know what? So I'm learning that from now. And I realise from now, don't ever ask me to help you do that because you're a big person and sort out your own things.
I love your growth. I love your growth.
I love it, babes.
I love your journey. It's been emotional.
It's been a real one. It's been a real conversation, isn't it?
So we're gonna wrap up.
Yes.
What is in the future for Terri Walker?
Oh my God. I think for Terri Walker in the future is to be back on stage. Because I'm not a speaker. I'm not a public speaker. I'm supposed to be on stage singing my songs and telling my story. So I'm going to be back on stage, sharing my story via song, via music with my live band, and then hopefully maybe make another album. But I feel like my love story has literally been the album that I needed to make for you guys to connect all the dots. So I've been connecting the dots and aligning everything and everyone that has been part of my journey so far, understand I love you all, even the ones that I can't stand and that idiot. You're all part of the journey. You made me who I am today. So it's all about me saying thank you. Because my love story is a story that is controlled by me, not by you, not by anyone else, and by God. So that's what I love that.
And you've got an event in Brixton that you run.
Yes, do this night. So I've got the Melting Pot, my radio show, which is every 2 months now. But I've also got the Melting Pot Live, which is in Brixton every last Friday of the month, where I use my platform to, introduce you to new artists or DJs that are legendary, that just I just know are going to make you, because in a way, for me, it's about educating people about our journey, and it's not a thing of white, black. It's about our culture. So when you're coming in, you're gonna hear us singing "Can We Talk" at the end of the night. You're gonna hear us singing Jodeci at the end. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be like how when you're at a house party, the beginning of the night starts off, by the end of the night you're saying the slow jams, and we're all just junk up and we're just riding on the floor. Like, that's what it is, and it's free to get in purposely, because I don't want anyone to feel like it's not. There's no restrictions. There's no VIP. There's no, like, whoever's in there. If Beyonce comes, she's gonna have to sit with everyone else. There's gonna be no separate. And Beyonce could be there. It's that kind of night where everybody is. It's a level playing field. So, and because I've been around the biggest and the smallest and the biggest, that's why I feel like this is me giving back. So the Mountain Pot, the radio show, which is on Soho Radio every 2 months, and then the Mountain Pot Live, which is every last Friday of the month at Chip Shop. I've been doing it coming into this 5th year, and I'm so proud of it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I used to record in the village.
Ah, so it's from the corner
upstairs. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Is there anything you want to ask me?
Can you come on my radio show?
Oh, 100%.
Well, there you go,
I'm already there.
Yeah, so there you go.
I'm already there.
And what's next for you then?
What's next for me?
I love the fact that we've
So, season 3,
Yeah.
I'm going to go live.
How do you mean? You mean?
So there's going to be 2 ways of going live. So there's going to be call-ins. Yeah, so I'm going to go live so like we've recorded today, they'll be able to call in.
Yeah.
So live stream that. And then I'm going to go live as in...
Do like an audience?
Yeah, with an audience.
Yes!
Because I really do think I'm Oprah. But not that what she's in legal in, not that.
Oh.
But I'm definitely trying to do talk show vibes.
Yes.
I definitely want an audience. I want to be able to... the audience to be able to ask questions and such. So definitely want to do that.
I love that.
I'm hoping to do some facilitated workshops as well, because I do mentoring.
Wicked.
So I want to do some facilitated workshops. And I just want to continue having happiness in abundance, because that's where I'm at.
Yes.
So and happiness in abundance.
Using your platform to connect and...
Yes.
So I think that's where we're at. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's it. The whole premise of... honestly speaking, is to have these honest conversations. Let people know that it's not just you.
It's not just
that's going through stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I want to educate, edify, have thought-provoking conversations, and let the community that I'm building know that you're not alone.
You're not alone.
Yeah.
And all of this, don't believe what you see on the internet. It's nonsense. Like, pay attention to people's words and actions. Like, make sure that you... Yeah, just make it make sense.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. Hi, I'm Terri Walker. So the question that's been asked to me is, if I wasn't sitting here today talking to Trina, what would I be doing today? Today I would have been sorting out my taxes and just planning for the rest of the year. So, but I'm glad that I'm here instead. Because I'm going to still do that anyway.
Yeah, don't forget the taxes.
Yeah, never forget the taxes, ever.
And you know what? As you were responding, there was something I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
So the first time I commented on your post, I was actually defending you, because people need to come out of people's wombs, Stop watching people's wombs,
Oh.
Yeah, because they were commenting, because you said you didn't want to have no children.
Yes.
And I didn't like the comments.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows, honestly, Trina, don't really get in the comments.
Yeah.
But I got in the comments that day because I felt like...
Because some guy was saying something about, because I think it's something to do with Ross, Diana Ross's daughter said something about her not wanting to...
Right.
I never wanted to, Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I found it so intrusive and offensive.
Yeah.
And I just wanted you to even have the space to kind of talk about that.
Yeah.
How does that feel? Why did you make that decision?
Because, I realised as a kid, because of what happened to me as a kid especially,
Makes sense.
Yeah, and then I thought to myself, and like, I've just never met a man enough so I never met a man that I felt I'm willing to have, like, because when you have a kid with someone, like, your life stops. I think it's not about you no more, as far as I'm concerned.
100%.
And so I just never had that situation with someone that I thought, you know what, I want to have, and if it happened, I would have had a child, but I've never actually been pregnant, but I've also never had this, I want to have kids.
Urge.
I've never had that urge. That's why when he said it, I was just lost. I thought, oh God, you don't know anything. Because everyone thinks, she must be upset, she must be sad, or she hasn't got a man, she must have that. No, like, I grew up, like, the way that I grew up in Germany and in around, like, the background that we come from, it's very much of that misogyny kind of energy. So I don't, any man that thinks that they're running anything, it's not happening around here. It's always been a choice of where, if I'm there because I want to be there, not because I need you. So my mum works for, always has worked for us. So my stepdad was very generous in giving us stuff, but my mum has always been her own boss. So when he came, I guess he changed our lives. But when he didn't, when I think when he started to become a bit insecure, he showed that side of him. That's why I think sometimes I have patience with men that are sometimes a bit insecure, because when they're not used to seeing a woman change, but then also they're not used to being vulnerable, because they're always the one that's providing for something. They don't know how to handle it, so they end up becoming either really bitter, bad mind, or weird.
They can't manage the dynamic shift.
And then they try to kind of be, and I realised I've never, until my last relationship, I've never met a man that's actually comfortable within himself, even if he doesn't feel insecure. So I feel like a lot of men have this insecurity when a woman's doing better than them, that they feel like they've got to put her down and make her feel a certain way about themselves. So that's why the whole kid thing was like, they can say, that's why I purposely say whatever I say. You know, and the thing is, that's the only time. So one time someone said something on her Twitter when someone said, "Oh, what happened to Terri Walker?" Because I must have shaved off on my head. And he goes, "What happened to Terri Walker? She used to be so pretty, but now she just looks like a fat black lesbian." And I remember seeing it. And I know. And I remember, this is years ago, but I remember retweeting it going, yeah, the person never said anything, because I thought, to me, like, they're just words. Like, you can't say stuff. Yeah, you just say stuff, because I know who I am. And if, also, when you're on social media, you've got to be prepared for that shit. They're out there for that. That's what they do. They come in there to troll you. So and if you're someone that doesn't see that, and you allow them to do that for you, then...
Yeah. Terry, I've gone viral recently.
Really? Why?
Yes. So basically, we filmed the episode on RTM, must be maybe April last year.
Yeah.
With Justo, and basically we're talking about Shakespeare, and I said, oh, you know, apparently, Shakespeare, his work was actually written
by a black woman. Yes, I heard about it.
It's all over Twitter.
Yeah.
And do you know what I realised? There's a lot of racial undercurrents in their responses, but this wasn't me that made up this theory. This theory was actually made up by scholars and historians that are not like me.
Yes.
But me as the black
saying
woman,
it, how dare you?
Yeah, they're telling me that I heard it from bruv, fam. They're saying now I'm going to say that Shakespeare has fried chicken in there. Whole heap of mad stereotypes, yeah. That Shakespeare is actually Shaniqua. Yeah. Loads of racial undercurrents, but I didn't make up these theories.
Yeah.
And it's scholars that don't look like me.
Yeah.
So my message is, if you have an issue with that theory, take it up with the scholars and the historians.
There you go.
Because I was just saying, apparently and clearly, comprehension is something that's lacking.
But there you go.
Comprehension is like a thing that's lacking these days.
People do your research, man.
Yeah, do your research. It's not me. It's a theory that scholars and historians... I couldn't believe Shaniqua and fried chicken and watermelon. And someone said, let me give someone else another credit. They said, pack up the jollof rice in the container. Oh. I'm not even Nigerian or Ghanaian or anyone like that.
Stop it,
so
man.
yeah, crazy stuff. But yeah, take it out with the historians and the scholars that don't look like me, that probably look like you.
Yes. Probably look like you. But that's what I'm saying. It's all trolls, man.
Trolling.
And people that don't know that, it's ignorant people. Only ignorant people will reply or answer something that they don't know about. If I don't know something, I'm not replying. Simple.
It's crazy.
Look at you again.
Yeah, viral. Like on one page, it's like 2-point-something million.
What?
Yeah, and they really 4,000 comments talking about me as a person. I've got a degree.
I love it.
I've got deeds.
I love it.
I'm a HR professional as well.
Come on.
Just letting you know.
Come on.
Very senior.
Come on.
So yeah, you can take that.
2025 is turning
into... I don't normally clap back, but
you
can have that one. So,
what a way to end the show, huh?
Terri, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
For gracing me.
Thank you for having me.
And being so honest.
Honestly speaking.
Yeah, honestly speaking with Terri Walker.
And with Trina and Terri.
Yeah, it's been a beautiful thing. And I'll see you next time on your show.
Come on, yes, 100%.
Guys, that's been Honestly Speaking. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Terri, where can they find you?
I'm on Twitter. No, I'm on Instagram more so. I am Terri Walker on Instagram, and that's where I'm mainly. But I'll just keep up to date with everything that's happening. But yeah, thank you. It was an honour to be here today, seriously.
Thank you. So like, comment and subscribe. Follow Terri Walker, and you know where to find me. Honestly Trina, Honestly Speaking, YouTube, TikTok.
See all of that.
I've even got a LinkedIn. So follow me there. Thank you very much. I'm so grateful.
Yeah, never forget the taxes, ever, ever.
And that's it. That's
Yeah.
the end.
That's the end. We did it. This is the end. This is the beginning. What do you mean?